Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew, bad boy.
Ready.
Detroit.
Yo, what's good, peeps? Happy Free Smoke Saturday, man. And we are back with Above the Rim, and we got two very special guests on today. So let's not waste any time today. Let's hop right into it. Our first guest today is one of the subscribers. Again, if you want to be like, just call me V. All you have to do is hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Tell me you want to be on the show, and I can get you on the show. But V, man, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. Just got done cooking.
Yes, sir.
Working all day, so
I feel you, bro. Welcome to the show, man. Glad to have you on. Next up, man, we got CA3. CA3, man, what's going on?
What's going on, man? I'm ready to talk some playoffs and some basketball, man. And some Pistons basketball, I should say.
We're talking everything today, so grab your popcorn, grab your Drew Wisers, because we ain't stopping until we touch everything. Sure. Next up, we have our own personal doctor and scouting expert, Bravo. I hope you have a good take for us today. What's going on, man?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing? Looking forward for a good show today.
Next, we have the heart of the city, 313 JMO. He's here in the sling, but he's still putting on for the city. JMO, what's going on?
Yeah, man, what's good? What's good? Yeah, I ain't gonna be camming up, man. I'm sitting here in this sling. Y'all gonna see me fidgeting 30 times per show, bro, with all these pillows I got right here. But but I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Make sure you guys like the video, man. You already know it's Free Smoke Saturday. We already know Bravo gonna say something crazy. We just waiting for the win. So let's go.
Hey, man, Blake Griffin had a cast on all year. I think you can do it with the sling. I think you'll be all right. Last and certainly not least, our special guest of the show today is Everything King. King, man, welcome to the show. What's going on, bud?
What's going on, everybody? Excuse me if I'm slow.
JMO, man, can you go ahead and do a roll call for us real quick?
All right, man. Let's see who we got. We got Steve and Ibar in the building. What up, though? We got Pistons Talk. What's good? We got Joey Kappa's in the building. What's good? We got B-Ball in the building. We got Devin 99, as always, man. Blue and Silver Phantom, Kyle Webb in the building. What's good, everybody? Benjamin Foe in the building. What's good, man? What's good, y'all?
So we're going to be jumping around all over the place today, so stay with us because there may not be much of a flow to this one because we have a lot of topics outside of the Pistons, but then we have a lot to cover about the Pistons, so just stay tuned, y'all. But let's start this off with the juicy stuff, man. Let's start this off with some of the hottest things going around the NBA world right now, and this is none other than Giannis Antetokounmpo. How can I pronounce that name but not pronounce some of the guys on our own team? Don't ask me. I just do what I do. But in case you guys have not been following the playoffs, the Milwaukee Bucks got bounced out in 5 games by the Miami Heat. Giannis got hurt, and since then, he has unfollowed all of his teammates, all the Milwaukee Bucks things. He's unfollowed pretty much every NBA player that he's followed except for his brother. This has led many people to speculate that Giannis is going to be gone. So there's going to be several topics about this one, guys, but what are your thoughts about him unfollowing everybody on social media? Do you think this is going to be leading him to being out, or do you think that this is just a smoke screen and doesn't really mean anything? King, man, I want to start with you on this one.
For me, it can't get more, cut clear and dry, man. I mean, it's only 2 reasons you do something like that. Either you're just upset from losing, or you're ready to go. And I think it's the fact that he's ready to go. Giannis has struggled with the same situation in the playoffs for years. It is time for him to move on, or the Bucks are going to have to get somebody there immediately.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cut and dry there. They have the same problem we do. They don't have a point guard. Eric Bledsoe just ain't cutting it. Yeah, he's a good perimeter defender, but the problem with Milwaukee is when they crowd the paint and take Giannis out of the game, they don't have a secondary playmaker. Chris Middleton's nice and all, but he's really an off-ball player. And then when he does get the ball in his hands, he's really streaky at times. He's not consistent enough. They need to go out there and get a point guard if they're going to keep Giannis. But there's some speculations that they might be blowing it up. J-Mo, man, what's your takes on him unfollowing everybody on social media?
My take is he's doing one or two things, man. So he's either, he's either out there, like King said, or he's trying to make a power move within the organization. Like, I'm unfollowing all these people. You need to go out and get me somebody. I don't care who you got to get. I don't care if you got to go over the luxury tax. I don't care what you got to do. Do you want me to be here or not? And I feel like Giannis is going to assert himself in that way. He's either telling them I'm leaving or you got to go get me somebody. And I know Chris Paul has a huge contract, so I don't know how they will work that out. But he's somebody that you might want to look at going to get. Might want to look at going to get Drew Holiday. He'll be much better than Eric Bledsoe. So it's just like I feel like he's going to demand them to go out and get him some players, or he's leaving because he's under contract for this year, so he will be playing. But if he demands a trade, then he's out of there. But I think he does want to stay there, but they're gonna have to bring in some players. I don't think he's not trusting Chris Middleton and the boys to do anything. He's like, I'm leaving, or you need to go get me another team. That's how it's sad but that's how it works nowadays with these players, man. Because the criticism is crazy, man.
Devin99, don't you worry, man. Tomorrow we'll be here before you know it. We got you covered for all your Lions content tomorrow. We'll be live before the game. I'm sure someone will be live during the game, and then we'll be back here breaking the game down with the post-game recap there. So stay tuned, Devin. I know it feels like forever, but the NFL is back as well, which means Lions game day is tomorrow. So stay tuned, man. V, man, what's your takeaway on this, man? Do you think that Giannis unfollowing everybody means he's out of Milwaukee, that he's going to ask for a trade, or what's your take on it?
I think it's personal. He's just trying to show that he 1 foot out of the door. Personally, I don't think he's the type to cause all the drama. So I think he's just doing that to wake everybody up in the front office. I think they should go get Chris Paul though, personally.
Hey, you're gonna make Devin happy, man. That's Devin's boy in the chat. But that's
they need Chris Paul.
That's a good fit.
I think Chris Paul will really help lead him.
They need Chris Paul, and they need somebody else too.
I don't know if OKC will trade him at this point. I don't know what they would give up for him, but OKC's got some solid pieces already. Move on from CP3.
Would you trade Middleton for him?
I don't think they'll give up Middleton.
No, if they ask for him, I would. Yes. I'm sorry. CP3 better than Middleton, bro.
Yeah.
I'm straight up. I guarantee you CP3 would have had them boys without Giannis busting their ass, bro. Let's be 100. I'm telling you. If they want Middleton, yes. I'm not just taking CP3. I want something else. But yeah, you can take Middleton and let's try to give you Bledsoe too.
I mean, if I was them, I would attack. If I was the Thunder, I would attack for Middleton, and I would try to get DiVincenzo out of there, bro.
You ain't getting DiVincenzo, bro. Nah, I like DiVincenzo. Like, he showed me a lot in this series.
I'm gonna be the bad guy, man. I don't think Giannis will want to stay with Chris Paul. I think he needs better. I just think he needs something better than that. I don't think. I'll be honest. To be totally honest, and just my opinion, I honestly think Giannis is ready to get the heck out of there.
Hey, he might be, but who knows, man?
How many years you got left on his contract?
No, he got this year. He got next year, and he a free agent after that.
Unrestricted too, which. So I mean, let's do this. Let's do this, Bravo, man. Since he's unfollowed everybody, since he will be under contract for next year, do you think that he can wait another year, or do you think that in the next couple months here before the start of next season that Giannis will demand a trade out of Milwaukee?
That's for me, right?
Yep.
You know what? The last time we saw this players unfollow their teams was, I remember the last one was like Jimmy Butler and unfollowing the Sixers, and I feel like I think LeBron James unfollowed the Cavs, I believe I don't know which year. He was also got traded that year or the following year. So when we see things like that, I mean, it feels like the player is going to be traded this year or the following year. So I do feel like it's a step, like V said, it's a step in towards a trade. Where is he going? I definitely think he's going somewhere he wants to win, like Golden State, Miami Heat. I don't know. Maybe even consider the
Not going to
Raptors.
Miami.
I don't know.
So
I
we
don't
can
know.
give up on them.
Yeah, he might even go to Golden State or Miami. Miami can trade for
He's not
Adebayo.
going to Miami.
He
He's
wants
not going to Miami.
players
From a
like Miami. That's why I think like
No, he
they
just
would like
lost to Miami. 4-1. He's not going to Miami. Trust me. I can guarantee you that right now. Golden State, yes, but he's not going to Miami.
Especially if Miami goes to the finals, that would be a Kevin
No.
Durant move.
No, I think
He's not going to Miami. Trust me. He's not
I
going
mean,
to
from a
Miami.
personal standpoint, though, for instance, J-Mo, from a personal standpoint, would you unfollow your teammates if you wasn't angry with them or ready
No,
to get
that's why
away
I said it's one of two things. Because if I'm him, I'm like, you go get me somebody that make me want to stay. I'm not saying Chris Paul is that guy, but it's better than Chris Middleton. Or you need to trade me straight up. And I mean, I've thought about trade packages. I've thought about some crazy trade packages. I'm like, you need to call the Pelicans and see, be like, hey man, we give you Giannis. If Giannis wants to go there with them players, I don't think he wants to go there though.
You ain't about to, like I said, you trade Chris Paul there. You're not about to beat, say, for instance, LeBron or the Clippers with getting rid of Middleton and getting Chris Paul. That's not going to beat them in the finals.
No.
So he's not going to go for that.
No, he needs that. I'm saying he need like Bradley Beal. I know. I saw somebody talking about Dame Lillard. Giannis is like every other player in the league, man. He ain't superhuman, bro. He need a number two. Every other star has a number two. Every other
somebody
star.
with that juice.
Even Luka got number two better, bro. Like every star has a number two except for Giannis, so he's gonna have to leave. And I mean, he can easily find that to go. I just don't want him to do that. It's just gonna hurt. Like just to watch them just do that again. Like, come on, man. Like, I'd rather go be a little bit more competitive. Like,
losing another star player to the West will suck, man, because the East already ain't got that much.
But you know what though? I think Denver can make a trade here for them. They need another. They need another piece, and they have a lot.
Why would they get Giannis though? He don't really fit with that team.
They will make it fit.
I don't know how it would fit.
And I'm not even a Denver fan. I don't even like watching.
Unless they trade Jokic.
Yeah, but Murray is that guy that said, "Hey, look, Giannis, man, give me the ball. I can take control."
Yeah,
he is that guy.
I just don't know.
He's got big plays in him, man.
It's gonna be tough. I mean, to me, it'll just be tough for it to work because you got two huge post presences and Jokic and Giannis. That's why it'd be tough to work. And they're both ball dominant big men too at the same time. So it's tough.
How about Philly?
Nah, he needs to look at go play with my boy Trae Young, bro. That's what I.
He's a friend with him.
Go play with my boy Dame Lillard, man. That's what he can do.
Yeah, man, that'd be crazy.
That'd be a good fit.
Ooh.
Nah, he go play with Dame. I'm picking him to win the finals, bro.
Yeah, man. Dame don't need somebody like him for a long
Kyrie
time.
and LeBron all over again, bro. Like
they don't have
go with
assets.
Dame, it's over, dog. Y'all could book it, and but y'all try, but it's gonna be a wrap. Imagine not being able to double Dame Lillard with Giannis. Oh my god.
You know how nasty that pick and roll would be, bro. You couldn't stop that.
Nothing you can do.
Who would you trade though if you Portland?
I mean, you can trade everybody. I'm serious.
McCollum and Whiteside bum behind.
No, all of them.
I mean, Whiteside.
I'm not saying give up the whole team, but I'm saying whatever they ask for, as long as it ain't Dame Lillard, you might have to give that up. Or so you either trading players or capital. So are you gonna give up your players or are you gonna give up the draft?
True.
Because the Clippers, I mean, they did it. They were like, all right, we give up 4 draft picks.
Yeah, when you're trying to win, man, holding on to draft picks, you trying to win immediately, that's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you'll obviously have to give up C.J. McCollum, but if I would rather give up C.J. McCollum and 3 first-round picks and Whiteside and something else than giving up like 7 players or something like that, because I want to try to hold on to Nurkic if I can, or Zach Collins or something like that. But other than that, it ain't like their roster is that great anyway. I think they pull that roster up and it just be Dame and Giannis.
I mean, I would trade C.J. McCollum. I mean, what does C.J. McCollum have like I mean, you rather have Giannis and Dame than try to hold on to CJ so bad.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead because this is a Pistons show. We got I know it's not going to happen. We got to throw the Pistons out there because that's what the people want to talk about. And I don't think it's going to happen. But do the Detroit Pistons need to try to go ahead and get Giannis? Now, obviously, it should be an outstanding yes. But you have to remember, people, this would be a one-year rental. It's not like we have a whole lot of capital to trade away to go get a star player like this. What the hell would Milwaukee want from us?
That's what I'm about to say. What are we going to give them?
Exactly.
We give first of all, they get the 3 first-round picks. And then they want Luke. Seiku's gone. Who else? Bruce Brown, Steve.
You got to throw Derrick Rose in there.
Oh, Derrick Rose. I just don't know if we have enough.
First round picks right now, value ain't the same due to COVID-19. You got athletes that's not playing sports.
Yeah, I don't know what we could trade for, but I would do it. But I don't know.
You had to trade everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. Drew, you're gonna have to put some heels on. We got to ship you up out of here.
Hey, I can't go to Milwaukee, bro. I couldn't do it. And I like beer, but I couldn't do it, man. Could not.
I forgot we had Blake on the team. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we got Blake. I forgot. Yeah, he's.
I don't think Milwaukee's gonna want Blake though.
Yeah.
They gonna take him though.
They gonna have to.
The same type of guy, a big forward that liked the ball in his hands like a point guard. Hey, do it.
No, it's a downgrade, of course. But if you're taking Blake and you're getting Luke Kennard, that's a nice young player. If you get Bruce Brown or Speed, those are nice young players. And we still got Christian Wood. So if we re-sign Christian Wood, then they can get Christian Wood.
You can probably do a sign and trade with Christian Wood.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally just don't know. I mean, to me, it would be kind of dumb because I don't see Giannis staying.
No way. No,
it's not gonna happen.
It would be nice though.
Yeah, like I say all the time, man, I love the team, man, but we ain't got enough to even attempt to try to go. Be honest.
We just gotta throw it out there to talk about it. It ain't gonna happen, so I'm not gonna waste my time talking about it. So, let's go ahead and flip this, man. If Giannis does leave, so let's say he goes out west, do you think this changes the Pistons' game plan at all? Because that means there's one less title contender. Now, if Giannis does leave, I don't think Milwaukee's going to be anything special. I think that they would be what Toronto was supposed to be this year, and that was a 6 seed, maybe a tough team to play, but they're not going to do anything special. So, if he does go out west, does this change the Detroit Pistons game plan at maybe not going into this rebuild, retool thing? Would they be more competitive? Would they do more trades? Would they sign more people? V, man, I'm going to start with you on this one.
No.
I don't think so. I think they just going to stick to what they're doing. I think Troy Weaver got a plan. So I think he's going to stick to that plan. And plus, we're the Pistons, man. It ain't like we about to be – ain't nobody coming here. So I think what we should do is just go and find some young guys, Harry Giles, Josh Jackson, get them a try. Me personally, I go out and draft Cole Anthony or Tyrese Halliburton and just keep it moving. I just stick to my plan.
I like both those guys, man. I do.
Yeah, I see J-Mo be hating on Halliburton. I honestly,
I was about to say, bro, Halliburton.
I don't know why you hate Halliburton.
He's a scrub.
Bro, did you see his shooting motion, bro?
If anything, I made a comment today. I think he's Rondo with a jump shot.
Oh my gosh, you crazy.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen
him?
No. Have y'all seen
him? Don't
Halliburton is a poor man's Lonzo. Like,
Lonzo plays like Rondo.
Rondo was Magic Johnson a couple days ago.
Don't disrespect the Hall of Famer like that. Don't disrespect him.
Hey, man, that man was Showtime the other day.
Yeah, he was born. Yeah.
Rondo is special. Nah, man.
You saw Rondo game 3 though. That's what disrespect that 3.
Bro. Come on.
Man.
Don't disrespect the Hall of Famer like that though, for real.
Yeah, he had better than Calderon or Steve Blake though. So,
Hey, if we get Halliburton, I'm gonna be like pissed.
What about Cole Anthony? Because
I love Cole.
I feel like Cole Anthony is one of those guys like Devin Booker, like people gonna sleep on
That's
him.
exactly what he
gonna
is,
get
bro.
in
I'm
the
trying to
league.
tell
He's gonna
people.
be a baller. And
Nah, he a scorer, bro. Like I want him.
yeah, I
Because
will.
like I'm thinking about the coach. If he's going with Dwayne Casey, he's gonna turn out all right. But if he go to like somewhere like the Knicks, oh no, it's not gonna be good. Like it's not
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
got too
pretty.
many
But if
point
he comes to
guards.
the Pistons though, nah, Cole. I like Cole Anthony and after Killian though.
I don't want Killian, man.
Nah, you sleep.
I got a take on that. I don't like Killian
Why?
because I feel like I'm just not taking a guy that plays like an old man. He got that old man game. I feel like he's
What?
like an Andre Lillard.
Bro.
New age of the NBA. It's time to get
Come on,
somebody
man. I
fast.
got our head hurt already, man. Come on.
It's straight though.
Hey, you do know. Hey,
Yeah, you
hey,
tripping, bro.
hey, let me tell you something. Wait, what's your name, bro?
You call me V. It's Vontae though, but you call me V.
All right, V. Hey, V, let me tell you something. You know who got old man game?
Oh,
Luka Doncic. Look at him.
Luka is.
That's
Nah, you
old
can't
man
compare
game.
him to Luka though.
Bruh, I'm not comparing him to Luka. I'm saying old man game was winning right now in the league. Look at Jason Tatum. That's all old man game right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Jason
James
Tatum
Harden.
trying to
James
play
Look
Harden
at
be
like
Jimmy
stroking.
Butler. Look at Jimmy Butler. That's
James
old
Harden
man.
definitely got an
I'm
old man
talking about
game.
him as
Yeah,
my
James
point
Harden
guard
be
though. That's
stroking,
my
man. I
point
be
guard.
stroking. Hey, he be out
Yeah,
there.
man. Like, and Killian is nah, man. I don't know about that.
I disagree. I don't know. I personally don't really care for Killian, man. I think we need somebody more electrifying, more exciting. I will go Cole
You
before I
tripping,
go
man.
Killian for sure.
Okay, I can deal with that, but like Halliburton not electrifying or nothing, man. And you got to remember
I
Halliburton
don't
spent 2
understand how
years in
y'all hate
college.
on this. I love Halliburton. I really like
Oh,
him.
okay.
That boy is a scrub, dog.
But you see the way he shoots, bro? It's horrible.
He's
Hey,
not gonna be able to get his
don't
shot
get it
off in the
though.
league.
Tayshaun Prince had an ugly shot. That boy went in.
Tayshaun Prince was
Oh
16.
no.
Man, Halliburton is 6'6".
He's not gonna be able to get that shot off, man. I'm trying to tell you right now.
As a point guard, I think he will. What point guard blocking that?
It's a lot of players that can block his shot.
As a point
I
guard?
mean, yeah, man. Like he ain't doing that on Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown will lock that dude down low key.
Man, I can't wait for him to get in the league, man.
Oh no, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, man. If we get Halliburton, I am gonna be sick though. So and all y'all people that hype him up, he better be the GOAT.
We'll have you back on, V, when we draft him. Don't worry.
Yes, we will.
Hey, Drew, don't put that into existence, bro.
Dude, we're not taking Cole Anthony. We're not taking Killian. We're taking Halliburton. It's almost a done deal.
No, I think we taking Cole Anthony.
Yeah, I think we're taking Cole.
While we're talking about this, V, what do you think about Kira Lewis?
Y'all got me watching his highlights. I didn't hear about the dude until I started watching his podcast. And he's straight. He kind of reminds me of Brandon Jennings, but I don't know if I want to take him that high though. I would have to trade back. I would trade. I'll see what Boston wants. You know, I'll try to. I don't know. I would try to get trade back and get that Boston pick if we've been him, but I'm not taking him number 8.
Yeah.
No complaints there. J-Mo, man.
Number 7. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. J-Mo, man, if Giannis does go out west, does this change our team's future plans at all?
I don't think so. I would like it though. I'm not gonna lie. One less contender in the East is not gonna make me pissed off or anything. So, and I think the Bucks will fall completely out the playoffs because I think the East is a little bit more competitive, at least in the regular season, when it comes to records that people give it credit for. So, like the 1 through 7 seed in the East and the West had the same records. It was the 8th. It's just the West had an 8th and a 9th and a 10th seed that all had good records as well. But so when I'm looking at that, I think a lot of teams would be on the rise, but I think the Pistons are going to stick to what they're doing. I wish they would do that because I want to win games. I don't believe in this tank thing. I believe in you be bred until you great. So we take our players out there. You don't purposely tank. You try to win games. You just be a young team. We're a young team right now. And if Blake Griffin is healthy, we'll definitely be competitive. So if he does leave and it looks like Blake Griffin is playing 60 games, then maybe they do.
We will go from getting swept by Milwaukee in the first round to getting swept by Brooklyn in the first round. So it'll be a nice change of pace. But, Bravo, man, what are your thoughts on this, man? If Giannis does go out west, Does this change the Pistons' futures at all in trying to rebuild, or will they go at it since the East will be more open?
No, I don't think it changes our plan. But what would you do to get Giannis? How many players we got in the Pistons? 15 players? You give all the 15 players, is that not enough for Giannis?
Yeah, we could just bring up the drive of moving them up.
Exactly. The whole team is not enough.
Hey, let's bring out Craig and trade Giannis on.
Hey man, just keep Sekou and everybody can go.
I'm keeping Speed, man. I'm big on Speed.
Yeah, keep him for sure.
What about you, CA3, man? Would this change the Pistons' future plans at all?
What difference does it make, man? Just because one guy goes, yeah, like the Bucks will make it to the finals. Like, I mean, the Bucks weren't making it to the finals. I mean, and now here comes Brooklyn next year. So what difference does it make? Just because Giannis.
You kind of seen that domino effect out east when LeBron went from Cleveland to LA. More teams would have to go out there, like Jimmy Butler, and who was the other one at the time? There was someone else who went out east. I don't remember who it was at the time. But more and more free agents went out east. I think it was Oladipo or something. If I don't.
I mean, but that's different because LeBron was the best player. Is the best player in the world. I mean, you can't say Giannis is the best player in the world, but LeBron is the best player in the world.
He's back-to-back MVPs.
I mean, but still, though, I mean, he hasn't proven to get to the finals. LeBron was getting to the finals every year. It's a difference. So, I don't really think it changed much because I mean, you're gonna have other teams that are rising up like Brooklyn. So it's not really going to change anything. We're just gonna get swept by Brooklyn instead of Milwaukee.
What about you, King?
Give me the question one more time.
If Giannis does go out west this year, does this change the Pistons' future of doing this rebuild drill 2 thing, or will they go into the draft and free agency more competitive to go out there and try to make the playoffs?
Partially got too much of a foot in it already. I think they stick to a plan and keep doing what they was going to do, man. I don't see them switching up nothing.
I think that's a safe bet. We got more Pistons talk, but the Lakers game is about to start. So, J-Mo, man, your team is down 3-1 right now, man. And I remember all you guys except for King and V, who weren't on the show last week, had the Rockets winning in 5 or 6 games. I had the Lakers in 6 or 7. So, J-Mo, since it's your team, the Houston Rockets, I'm going to start with you. Oh, he said he's going to be right back. So I'm going to save it for J-Mo when he gets back. But CA3, I guess we'll go with you because you rock with the Rockets too. Can the Rockets come back from this 3-1 deficit, or is it over?
The answer is no. I mean, because I don't see LeBron James and Anthony Davis choking a 3-1 lead, man. Like it's just not gonna happen. And then, I mean, and you look at the way Harden's been playing in the closing quarters, he hasn't been playing well enough. That's the only reason why they're down in this series, if you ask me. Game 1, Harden and Westbrook, they closed out the game pretty well in the 4th quarter. Look at game 2, Rush has played bad. I mean, that's simply why they lost. Look at game 3, Harden failed to close out the game. Rush played well in the 4th quarter. Look at game 4, Harden failed to close out the game again. So, I just don't see it happening. I mean, it's you got probably arguably the best duo in the league. You're not gonna come back against them, man.
All right, J-Mo, I see you're back, so I'm going to throw you right into it. Your team is down 3-1 to the Lakers. Their game is about to start, so I want to get your thoughts on it so that way you don't change up halfway through the game. Can the Rockets come back, or is this series over?
All right. I know it's Free Smoke Saturday, but I can't have Detroit Drew disrespecting me calling the Rockets my team. That's not my team.
Okay, hold on.
My team.
You were all Pelicans and Rockets going into the bubble thing, bro.
Only other team I'll claim is the Pelicans. The Rockets is not my team. I only watch that team because my favorite player plays for that team. Anyway, you know how much I don't like James Harden. You know that continued. I've never stopped coming at James Harden, even before this series started. But no, it's a wrap, bro. That last game is the game that they needed to win. And Daniel House out here doing big things. So, hey, bro, I saw her. I'm like, ooh, Daniel, I can't blame you. Why you gotta do that, bro? Hey, you can't keep these players quarantined for months, man. Hey, man, what they gonna do out here? And once you added that, and then Robert Covington got that injury at the end of, I think it was game 3 or something. It just not looking good. No, I think they'll win tonight, maybe. But after that, it'll be over.
It is kind of ironic. The dude's last name is House, and he's at home right now. That's crazy, man. I guess I can believe it, but I had to see the Jim. You gotta send me a picture of this, man.
No,
he calls himself a shot out of the ring. Like, she has to be bad. I just gotta say, like,
if this is I don't know if this is really the girl. They say that it is her, but like I don't really know. But if it is, then because I remember during when the bubble first came along, you know how people on Twitter being it was like, hey, they got girls like this in the bubble, and it was her. And then now that I see this story, I'm deadly just like laughing. It's hilarious. I'm like, I'll show you. I got it.
No, I'm about to see it.
Do.
I got it right now.
She's okay. Well, we'll stay.
I just sent it.
All right, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, okay.
That reaction said, "Ooh, okay."
Okay. All right. House gets a pass, man. He gets a pass. Like, I get it. I get it now.
Like, I understand why you got to do that to me. That's my only response.
Yeah.
But no, it's all bad. But yeah, it's all right.
I got so many jokes, but they're not kid friendly, so I'm just gonna keep them to myself. Bravo, bro. What about you, man? Do you think the Rockets are done for, or can they come back after falling down to 3-1?
No, I'm disappointed because last week I thought the Rockets were going to win it, but this week completely over the opposite. So I don't know if really this is going to happen. It doesn't look like it unless by a miracle, like James Harden and Westbrook start playing really well. I mean, I see like possible if Westbrook hit all his shots, if it's possible. But at this point,
y'all on this Westbrook stuff, man. It's not even on Westbrook, bro.
It's both. I think. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Westbrook has been like in the first.
Westbrook only caused them one game, bro.
It's one game. Yes, exactly. So and that kind of hurt. It's already 3-1.
But Harden caused them like 2 games. But it's all right though.
It's all right, man. It's just things are gonna happen. But I do feel like it's because of the Lakers have LeBron James, the GM, the coach, and he knows how to play. He's a smart guy. He's a very smart player.
I
have to show the people.
Totally
hey, man, you got to, bro. You understand.
I have to show the people.
I'm gonna tell you. Listen, man. This is why what's going on is going on. This is typical D'Antoni. He does not understand that you have to play some type of defense. LeBron James understands that. That's why he had 5 blocks the other game. He understands that in the playoffs. Rondo understands that. Those players understand that. You have to have defense. Even though Golden State was a superior shooting team, guess what? They had defense. You have to have it. D'Antoni just can't get that through his thick skull.
No, the Rockets been playing defense.
Yeah, I think they've been playing defense.
But no, they didn't play defense good.
Mediocre defense.
No, the Rockets have been.
I mean, they've actually been the best. Statistically, they've actually been the best defensive team in the playoffs.
They just
you gotta talk about that picture. What the hell?
No, they didn't play good defense in the last game.
They didn't play good defense.
Listen, you can't play seasoned defense. This is the playoff. They statistically they've been good, but what player have they stopped on the Lakers?
Nobody.
Hey man, they shut down AD in the first game.
I mean, they shut down AD.
LeBron had 16 points in the last game.
LeBron didn't really have a good game last game. But.
So, I mean, it's just about the collective effort of the teammates. Like, the Rockets teammates got to play a little bit better. If they can shut down AD or LeBron and still lose. So, because that's what kind of happened. So, they definitely didn't play good defense in the last game.
I don't know about that. James Harden played great defense, man. He shut himself down.
Hey man, it is what it is, man. That James Harden Lou Dort moment gonna be his mighty moment, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, the playoffs is about taking guys out of the game, man. You got to take guys out the game in the playoffs.
Yep.
Just have to.
But playoff basketball is a completely different level. Like, we'll use Golden State because that's what Houston wants to be is Golden State. Golden State shot a lot of threes, but when it mattered most, they still got easy buckets. I mean, they had people like Andrew Bogut and Zaza out there. None of those guys are really good at basketball, but they were effective. They did their job. And when it came time for them, they fed them down low, got them easy dunks, easy layups. Towards the end of their career, they really couldn't dunk anymore. They
I mean, they
but
and right, Zaza, besides Zaza elbowing people and Draymond kicking people in the ball.
You can have Zaza out there when you got Kevin Durant out there, and Zaza is a lot.
My whole point to that was like they didn't always just shoot threes though. That's all Houston does. Like, I haven't seen them take anything outside of a layup or a three shot. Like that's all they do. And you can't win like that because you're gonna have your nights where you don't miss. You're gonna have like 60, maybe 65% from the 3-point line. It's gonna be rare, but when you're cold, like the other night, like you needed to attack the rim hard. Like people act like Harden can't finish at the rim. Like he's actually all right at it. Like he's not as good as Westbrook.
He's really good at it.
But
he's really good at it.
So like people don't talk about him finishing at the rim like that because all he does is shoot threes now. Like you can't do that when you're in a playoff game. If you're not hitting shots, you gotta draw fouls, you gotta get to the line, you gotta do something. But all they do is just shoot threes.
I tell you what, when they were trying to tap the basket, LeBron was blocking everybody's shot.
Yeah,
they're about 6'5".
No, D'Antoni is getting exposed a little bit because I'm looking at where they're defending the Rockets. Like they're just basically saying we gonna double Harden all day and we gonna let the rest of y'all play, and then we gonna have AD play center so we can out rebound y'all. And then like LeBron is freaking 6'9", he's like bigger than everybody on the freaking Rockets. So
they better rebound
too. The Rockets haven't made a commitment to like stopping LeBron or AD. And once they do that, like you either just double AD and let LeBron beat you, or you double LeBron and let AD beat you. So it's just like you got to pick your poison, and they need to make the right decision. But D'Antoni, think about that. He probably telling them, "All right, guys, we just got to play our game. We missed some easy shots last game. We'll hit them this game." That's probably what he's saying. His dumbass. See, I know that's the game plan, and that's what the problem is. But and James Harden just got to play better. Because they didn't always double team him. He just has to play a little bit better.
They got a double AD because he had so many looks the other game where he just faced up, like posted up, faced up, and shot over him because they can't contest his shot. Like you can't stop that unless you're going to double him. You got to get the ball out of his hands and let LeBron beat you. That's the only thing they can do. But even then, LeBron's got to go in right now. And when you got Rondo out here scoring 25 plus points, getting 10 assists, it's done. Barbecue chicken, wrap, game, set, match. They're going home tonight. Sorry, JMO.
I mean, but see the problem.
I don't know, man. Elimination games are tough. We'll see.
Yeah, but what I was saying was, you know, with the Rockets, the difference between the Rockets and the Warriors is that, I mean, the Warriors, you know, they excelled in that little small ball lineup they had. But the difference between the Warriors and the Rockets is that the Rockets, they always isolated. Like they don't. There's not really much movement in their offense. Like Golden State. If you watch them, they play beautiful basketball. They were always moving the ball. You know, that they had a much movement, you know, in their offense. But the Rockets, they're just isolating and just hoping that either Russell Harden can get past one of the defenders, or they can get an easy layup, and hit somebody in the corner if they get past somebody. I mean, it's a really limited offense. I mean, they're only trying to do a few things. They only can do a few things really to get their point. So that's why it's kind of the system's a little flawed in that degree.
And they have Steve Kerr too, so I mean, I think that matters a lot.
It does matter.
Warriors also play defense as a team too.
That's true.
Yes.
They had Draymond Green down there, man. And good at defense.
And that's why I think
he would fit greatly with the Rockets is doing, but they don't got him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm not gonna say this team look different from any other D'Antonio team. They got more talent, maybe, but it still looks the same to me.
I mean, it looks like the Phoenix Suns. Great guard play. They get a couple alley oops. I mean, not as much as they used to since they traded away Capella, but it's all offense and no defense, and you can't win in the NBA like that. Like you don't have to be a lockdown defensive team, but in crunch time, you got to be able to lock people up and get stops, and they can against this Lakers team right now. So can you give them any shot at coming back at all, or is it over?
That's a wrap, man. It's an absolute wrap. Same thing. Like I was arguing with my friend yesterday about Toronto and the Celtics, man. You don't go to 7 games with LeBron James.
Yeah, like LeBron got you down 3-1 at the rack. So, yeah.
But it is interesting that the Houston Rockets brought the idea of playing without a center. I mean, I have never seen this before. It's the first time I've seen in the NBA in a while, and I like the system. It's something new. What do you guys think about that?
No, it could work. It just it work. Like you need Draymond Green. Like you need better personnel. You need Draymond Green. It
works if the other team center is not dominant. That's when it works. You're not stopping Anthony Davis and LeBron James playing small ball crap. You're just not. It works on teams that don't have a star down in the post.
No, I think they're actually it works even like against
they just need better personnel. Like,
how much better? What else do you need?
No,
I'm talking about because they don't have any besides Robert Covington and PJ Tucker. They don't have any defensive players really.
But it's interesting to see that formation. We haven't seen this before. We always
you gotta find 6'9" wings that fit that system and that are 3-and-D that fit that system. So that's the way that it'll work better because and you need at least one center on the team. You can't have Tyson Chandler. Like you need a center that you actually put on the damn floor. And we'll see.
I don't think you need a center. The Rockets.
D'Antoni gets fired anyway, though.
Yeah.
Who had the Rockets? Who had the Rockets beat so far in the playoffs?
Okay, see.
But they won a lot of games in the regular season, and they made it so far to the playoffs against the Lakers. Is the best team, man. No, you realize. So, King, let me tell you something. If they're not playing the Lakers, if they're playing Denver Nuggets, Utah, OKC, they're gonna beat all of these teams. I think they got a chance to beat all of these teams except the Clippers and the Lakers, maybe, because they're the best teams in the NBA.
Man, the way that team is structured, they are not going to be a team that's good with a dominant player down in the post. They're just not.
I think they can.
They got to prove it to me. They got to prove it to me. A regular season don't prove nothing. I keep telling people that over and over.
They can beat Utah and Denver easy. Trust me.
I think they would have beat Denver, and it would be a tough series. I think they could have beat Denver. I think they would have beat Denver.
But here's the thing, though, bro. It don't matter if they can beat Utah. Utah's already eliminated.
All the
teams they have to play right now.
They're just not built.
I don't know if they can beat Denver. They're surprisingly good.
They're good, but they can beat.
I think that one goes 7 though. I do.
Yeah, I think they beat Denver in 6 or 7 games, but
they're not about to beat the Lakers, and they can't beat the Clippers.
But they're not. They're just not built to win.
Beat the Clippers. The Clippers don't have a dominant man in the post. Montrezl Harrell is not going to drop 40 points. Well, he won't be what Anthony Davis is.
Yeah, of course. LeBron and Anthony Davis are just like the two superstars. Who can beat this team? Tell me. It's really hard.
Yeah, like I said, it's not that I'm not overlooking the fact that they are good that way, but you're talking about winning a championship. You're not about to do that. You're just not.
No, it works if you get better players. Like Golden State added KD, and now they can play small ball. It's about adding players that fit that system. They need better players for what they're trying to do.
I think that's it.
Yeah, but even though they play different styles though, like Westbrook and Harden need the ball in their hand. Like CA3, that's a lot of ISO ball. Curry didn't care if Clay went off for 60. Clay didn't care if KD went off for 60. They all moved the ball and were unselfish. Harden and Westbrook have to score.
See, the difference between them was that they all were really good 3-point shooters. I mean, they can play off the ball better. But Russ, he's not really.
Curry, they were good, but Curry and them, they got to the rim too. Now Curry shot a lot of layups too.
Yeah, I know he got to the rim. What I'm saying was he possessed that threat that he could shoot the 3 off the ball easily. But where Russ doesn't really possess that threat. I mean, Russ could get to the rim easily, but Russ may shoot. He may make a 3 on occasion, but he's not really a 3-point threat. You're happy with him taking a 3, but with Steph, you got to respect that.
V, man, we haven't heard you talk about this at all, man. Do you think the Rockets can make a comeback, or are they going home?
Nah. After I seen Rondo play like that the other night, because I was wondering who was gonna step up and be that third option, that third guy for the Lakers, and Rondo came back and looked like Boston Rondo the other night. So it's no way in the world. And if Rondo playing like that, I think they're gonna win it all. But nah, the Lakers it's a wrap.
I'm right there with you, man. I don't see how the Rockets can milk it past. I think they have a shot to win this game because they're going to be fired up. But there's just a gut feeling they're going home today. That it should be game, set, match, game over. Harden and Westbrook would need to go off for 30 apiece to even have a shot, which is possible. But
I don't think I think they're missing House. They're gonna miss him too much. I think it's a wrap, man.
House is a big piece, man.
Yeah.
He was playing well in that series too.
He's playing real good.
Hey, that girl was playing too, man.
Things on his mind, bro.
He got to deal with his wife when he get home.
And he got 3 kids, bro.
Yeah.
That girl is fine too, man.
His wife look better than her.
Right.
Whoa. What?
His wife look good too.
Oh man, I would love to be in the NBA right now. I'll tell you that much.
Wouldn't we all?
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Bleacher Report doing some mock drafts for the Detroit Pistons. Pistons talked about this yesterday as well. Make sure you guys will subscribe to him as well. But they went through and did a surprise pick for each and every team. I just skip forward to the Detroit Pistons. I don't care about the rest of the teams. And they had us taking Cole Anthony at 7 as the surprise pick. So before you jump on him for taking him at 7, what this meant was that even if Killian was there, that they would not be surprised if they went this route. So we already talked about him a little bit. V, I know you're really high on Cole Anthony. So would this be your ideal match at 7 if we did take Cole Anthony?
Yes. Yeah, I'm taking Cole, man. You know, I think he just got a bad rep because they don't ever talk about, you know, how bad his teammates was out in North Carolina. And then he got hurt. But, I think he just tore his meniscus. So it wasn't like an ACL injury. If it was that, then I'd be a little more cautious. But he only tore his meniscus and came back and still played okay, you know. But, the only thing I'm worried about is his shooting percentage. But other than that, I'm taking him, man. I think if he never got hurt, I think he would have been a top 5 pick. I think he would have won in the top 5 for sure. I think he's probably going to be like the Michael Porter Jr. of this draft class. You know,
can y'all hear me?
Passing on him.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm trying to let me mute this mic. Hold on.
But yeah, I'm taking Cole Anthony. I like him more than Killian Hayes for sure.
See, I like Cole Anthony. I don't know if I like him better than Killian, though. He's nice. And I think that he's got a really high boomer bust potential. Yeah. I think he can come in the league, like you said, be like a D book where no one really talked about him in the draft class and comes in and kills it. But I also think that I'm not saying that he's going to, but he also has the downside where he can come in the league, be overconfident, take a lot of bad shots because he does take a lot of bad shots and then just never straighten it out and just never put 2 to 2 together, you know?
Yeah, the only thing I'm scared that he can become the worst I see him being is DJ Augustine, and I'd be pissed drafting DJ Augustine. But he could be DJ Augustine, but then he could be something else. So
hey, DJ ain't nothing special. He's had his moments.
Yeah, but not at 7.
I feel you. Bravo, man. I know you've done a lot of research on Cole Anthony. Bleacher Report had us taking him at 7 in their surprise pick for each team. Are you good with that if we did take Cole Anthony at 7?
You know, my preference goes to Killian Hayes first, but if he's gone, I'm definitely considering Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony is a scorer, and you can really never go wrong with a scoring point guard in the league. The guy can take it to the rim. He can really make layups. He can shoot the mid-range jumper. He can shoot the three-pointers. He's not an excellent shooter. He's not an excellent playmaker, but no, we know he can score. And you see those playoff games, in the end, it comes down to ISO ball game at the end. It all comes back. It comes down to who get the ball in the basket, who makes the basket, who really scores in the end. It's not really about the team. And even if you have a great team, if you're not going to put the ball in the basket, you're not going to win the games. And I feel like Cole Anthony is a really scorer, and he's a really good point guard. The only thing I agree with V is I looked back on his record. He's got that meniscus right meniscus knee injury, and that could be a problem for him. That's the only thing that holds him back. I'm telling you, he might be really one of the best players in the draft. He might be the third or the fourth best player in this draft, maybe, if he lands up in a good situation. Like, I think he's a great situation for us if he lands in our team, because he's going to be basically a potential starting for our team, and we would put him in that situation to succeed too, But if he ends up like in a different team, let's say if he ends up like with, I don't know, let's say Cavs, or I don't know, I don't think he's going to go to the Cavs. Let's say Phoenix. He's not going to be the primary ball handler in that team. He's probably going to be less successful than our team. So it all depends down, and I think I definitely take Cole Anthony over a guy like Halliburton, because I don't want to say hate on Halliburton, but you guys know my analysis on Halliburton very well, and I don't want to talk about that right now. He's a good player, but not for us. So, yes, definitely Cole Anthony for me.
King, how about yourself, man? I don't know how much time you've had to start studying some of these players for the Pistons, because I know you've been watching a lot of Lions stuff and producing a lot of Lions content. But Bleacher Report had us taking him at 7 as our surprise pick. Are you okay with that? And do you even like Cole Anthony?
I'm not even going to say I don't like him. I'm going to say I'm not educated enough on Cole Anthony. I haven't seen him play enough when the lights is on. So I'm not going to sit here and make judgment on the young fella. Like I said, I would have to go back and try to do some research on that cat before I give a comment like that. I just don't have enough knowledge on him.
Hey, no problem with that. I know, J-Mo, you do. What's your thoughts on this, as Bleacher Report had us taking him at 7 in their latest surprise mock draft?
Well, if Killian Hayes is on the board, I'll be upset, but I'll accept it. I mean, like, I learned to like do this with the Lions a little bit sometimes too. They're not always gonna get the player you want. To me, it's about getting a good player. Like, so at the end of the day, yeah, I want Killian over Cole, but I think Cole is a good player. So I'm gonna take him and hope that he's better. Like, I'm not Halliburton is a whole nother story, because 7th overall, we were at like 13th or 14th. Yeah, I'll take Halliburton. But 7th overall, no, I need you to be a star. I think Cole can start for us day one. And my thing with Cole Anthony, his bad shot efficiency, and his teammates were very bad. All of that things can be learned in the NBA. Sometimes in the NBA, you got to learn how to be a point guard. Guys like Derrick Rose, he had all of his talent, but he had to learn how to make plays. Like Westbrook didn't come into the league as a good point guard. He became a good point guard. Same thing with James Harden. Over the years, players can learn how to make plays for others and become good point guards. And I think when you're putting him with Dwayne Casey, right with Derrick Rose, right with a guy like Blake Griffin, guys who pass the ball, share the ball, and to me, I think are really team guys. I think that's going to help him. And going to these other teams like Phoenix, like Washington, I don't think they would draft him, but like Washington, or what's these other bad teams like the Knicks, it's just not going to work out well, because they'll just give him all the shots and he'll probably have whatever efficiency, and he'll just be that high volume scorer that we just don't like to see in the NBA. But when you put him with a team with a little bit of culture, with a little bit of direction like the Pistons, I think it's perfect. And that's why I think the Pistons are probably going to select him, because we bring him here with the talent that he has. He'll be good for us. And you got to think about, with some of these players, it's about how do they fit your team. And like I said, I'm just looking at the skills he has and trying to look at a positive side, because, of course, he has a problem on defense. Of course, he has a problem with the knee. So those are serious problems. But when I'm looking at, like, where I would like to say, he can score off the dribble. His handles are great. Like, he'll probably be the second best ball handler on the team after D Rose already. Like, and I know Blake got good handles. His handles are great. He can score with either hand, and he has a mid-range in between games. So he's not that good of a shooter, but things like that can be learned. But I just feel like if we develop this guy, he can end up being a superstar. Yes, I said it, but we got to develop the guy right,
And it's not like we're not going to have the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got nothing but time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a guy. You say he's a big boom or bust, but what makes players boom or bust? Injuries or where they go. Usually it's both, but if he stays healthy, he goes to a team that's going to maximize his talent, then he's going to turn out to be a great player. And I think the Pistons are in a position to do that with him.
Yeah.
See, one of the reasons I'm really behind the Pistons taking him, it's him with any point guard in this draft, is he's a scoring guard. So it's what he's known for. He's going to have a full season unless the Pistons trade Derrick Rose away to see what Derrick Rose does and see how much he can learn from him, which Derrick Rose is at the point in his career. He's taken Luke Kennard underneath his wing. He's called him his Kyle Korver. Like, Derrick Rose is going to be huge for Cole Anthony if the Pistons do take him. So Cole Anthony might not have a fantastic lighted-up rookie year, but come year number 2 after learning from Derrick Rose and watching Derrick Rose for that entire year, you're going to see this huge jump from year number 2. I think that this would be the perfect mentor for him. I'm really looking forward to watching that. But CA3, man, what do you think about this? Bleacher Report had us taking Cole Anthony at 7 as our surprise pick.
You know, I don't have really a problem with it. Of course, I prefer to pick Killian, but you know, I don't really have a problem with them picking Cole Anthony. I think he's a good player. You know, he's a scorer. He's athletic. You know, he really can do everything. You know, when it comes to scoring. You know, and a lot of his concerns, I think, have a lot to do with his injuries. You know, he had a torn meniscus, like y'all said. You know, and he had poor efficiency, but you know, but I think that all has to do with him with him not having a good team and him having injuries the whole year. So it's kind of hard to keep your efficiency up when you're not 100% healthy and you don't have the greatest teammates in the world, and you're expected to be used a lot. So you know, so it's tough. So I'm not gonna really look at the poor efficiency too much. You know, I expect him to correct that. You know, and efficiency can always be corrected. You know, but talent, you know, can never be. You know, but talent doesn't just come and go. You know, if the talent's there, you know, he can perform. He can perform well. So and you can definitely tell Cole has that talent. So I don't really have a problem with business, but I still prefer Killian Hayes at the same time.
Yeah, with efficiency though, Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball are like the top 2 prospects, and neither one of them are efficient.
Exactly.
So whenever people talk to me about efficiency, I'll be like, Anthony Edwards and LaMelo, neither one of them are efficient. Like Anthony Edwards and Cole shot the same percentages in college. Like it wasn't good for either one. But Edwards is the number 1 prospect because he's very talented and athletic. And I think it's just the same with Cole. His shot just fell down because of the injuries and the success of his team.
And remember, we got Dwayne Casey, and I can see Casey grooming another Kyle Lowry. Why not? I mean, he's not a good passer or creator like a Kyle Lowry, but I can see Casey grooming him in the right way.
You know, even though it's not on the circumstances that I would love, just being a fan, who would have ever thought we'd have had Derrick Rose and Adrian Peterson at the same time?
Never in life.
Bro. Crazy.
Never in life.
I can't wait to get that AP jersey, man. Like AP is like one of my favorite players in the NFL, like all time. Like
Me too, man. I can't wait to get that jersey too, bro.
man, like when Brett Favre went over there and they had AP, man, like I forgot all about the Lions. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that was my team.
I used to love AP, bro. Yeah, I used to forget about the Lions too, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You think he's starting?
No.
No. Carry-on definitely gonna start. They're gonna test his health first.
Yeah.
I don't know how many
though.
touches he's gonna get. I think he'll have somewhere like 10 touches, and that's gonna be about it for week 1 at least.
I just hope they don't LeGarrette Blunt him and just don't use. I mean, LeGarrette Blunt was kind of a failure though, but
No, Bevel knows how to use
touches though.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, Adrian Peterson and Blunt, 2 different type of play. Adrian is always in shape, number 1. And second, he gonna always give you everything he got. You know, Blunt, when he was with the Patriots and stuff before we got him, they used him to score touchdowns in the red zone. The Lions was trying to make him run the ball on first down, which he had no business playing in front of the people that he was playing in front of. That's the Lions once again.
The Lions are gonna lion, man.
I mean, but Adrian Peterson, you know, he's gonna be that power back though. So at least we got that now. I mean, last year we didn't really have that power back, so we got that now. So.
And plus, he's gonna go after that record, man. But I didn't mean to bring that up. You know, this is Pistons talk. My bad.
No, you're good, man. You're good, bro. Let's go ahead and talk about a former Detroit Piston. I didn't put this in the question, but I just looked on Twitter and they got reminded of it. Mr. Big Shot is finally ready to become a head coach. Wow, it's been a crazy couple months for him. At first, he was in the race to be in one of our front office positions. But now it looks like he is ready to be a head coach. And his the favorite destination, I don't know if that's where he wants to go or if Indiana's really just trying to pursue him. But the Pacers and Chauncey look like it's going to be chasing each other, it looks like. I don't know if that's where Chauncey wants to go, but the Pacers look like they want Chauncey. So my question to you fellas is, where is the best fit for Mr. Big Shot? And do you think he'll be a good coach? King, man, I know Chauncey's a great fan favorite. What do you think is the best fit for him? Is it Indiana, or do you see him going somewhere else?
It probably is going to be Indiana. I would wish he would just be an assistant coach to Dwayne Casey right now. That would be so perfect. But probably Indiana, man. Probably Indiana. Just the style of basketball that they play, man. Chauncey, blue collar type of basketball. So I would say that.
Bravo, man. Where do you think the best fit for Chauncey is as a head coach?
I think he should be coming to the Pistons as an assistant coach.
Like I just said.
That's his best fit, ultimately, in my opinion. I think it's too much going for him as a general manager or a head coach start, because I don't know why he puts himself as a situation to fail. Becoming a head coach, there's always a chance for success, but let's be honest. What is your chance of success of winning a championship? It's really low. I mean, he's going to be able to make the Pacers maybe reach the playoffs once or twice, maybe reach the semifinals, but he's not going to win the championship with the Pacers. So I think let him start as an assistant coach. I don't understand why he doesn't want to take that job. He should be coming to the Pistons.
It's not like he got a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant waiting on him. So
I know.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, maybe if you ask me which team I would rather have him, I'd rather have him on the Pelicans.
Well, I mean, let's not act like Indiana,
bro. Come on, man.
J-Mo, is that where you wanted him to go?
Yes, man.
Yeah, J-Mo, comment
I
on it.
wanted him to be on the Pistons, first of all. Because King took my answer when he said that, because I'm like, that's what I was going to say. Like, I want him to be on the Pistons. But I think the Pelicans would be a really good fit. I don't know if the Pelicans are willing to try a project type of coach, but no, I think he'd be a perfect fit for that team. And they have the talent. Bravo's talking about winning championships. I'm not saying they're going to win a championship next year, but they definitely have the talent to do that if they deal with the right coach.
And see, Indiana is a perfect spot, obviously, because of the stupidity of the firing that they just did.
I was just about to bring that up. Like Nate McMullen, made them a solid team. Like they're good defensively, they're good offensively. Oladipo's just been hurt.
They act like he just got a bunch of stars on his team.
I don't get it, man. That's
Sabonis, right? Sabonis, he don't got nobody on that team, really.
Yeah. You look at that roster and go, what time is it? I'm going to bed.
Right.
They're talking about moving Oladipo too, so he might, if he goes there, he might be losing his best player as well. But
that's why I don't know why he would go there. I'll try to go to a team like the Pelicans. I don't know.
Stay sleeping there.
Atlanta's coach? Who's Atlanta's coach?
couldn't even begin to tell you.
Pierce.
No, it's someone like Pierce.
Paul Pierce thought Paul Pierce should be the coach of the year.
Yeah, maybe try to go into Atlanta if they willing to get rid of their coach. But it's a few teams. But why would I want to go to Indiana if I'm a head coach? Go somewhere with some players with some potential. I'll go play with Trae Young. I'll play with Zion and Brandon Ingram, Lonzo. Give me some player that I can do something with. It'd be a complete rebuild, and I need a 10-year contract if you want me going there.
Man, you're about to get Luke Walton in New Orleans, J-Mo.
Hey, wow.
That or Tyler.
No, we're not getting that. Luke Walton joke not even funny because I know it's not happening.
I still don't understand. I still don't understand why the Kings hired that man, bro. I don't get it.
Wait,
I don't get it.
He didn't get fired, did he?
No, he didn't get fired, but I just don't understand why the Kings hired him, bro. I still don't get it. I don't get it to this day.
No, we get Ty Lewis. They get Ty Lewis. Right. It's gonna be a problem. That's a real coach.
He's a real coach.
It'd be funny. How could they get Ty Lue and LeBron couldn't get Ty Lue? He had Vogel.
Frank Vogel's better than Ty Lue, though.
No, he's not. What are you talking about? What?
Yeah, he is.
How? You joking, right?
He took Pandemic P with Roy Hibbert and an old man David West to a 7-game series with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. Like,
I'm gonna say it one more time, Drew. You joking, right?
I'm not joking.
First of all, put some respect on Paul George's pre-injury name. That was a
Paul George was a different breed, bro.
That was a different guy. Second,
Yeah.
like he was a star. Second
He
of all,
was all up in LeBron
champion,
face,
bro.
man.
Like I would never trust Frank Vogel to coach me back from 3-1, and we know what Kyrie did, we know what Bron did, but it takes a coach to come back down from 3-1. Nah, man. Ty Lue was a champion, bro. Frank Vogel, nah, man. Paul George was the man back then, bro. Let's be 100. So, Paul George was looking like Jason Tatum right now, back then. So, he got hurt, man, and that was it.
I mean, Paul George wasn't soft back then. Paul George now is soft. He wasn't soft back then, though, man. Paul George was dunking on you.
Pause.
He said, "We're about to get John Elon." Now, I want the Pelicans to get Mike D'Antoni. That's what I want them to get.
Dude, why? He has a good defender. You don't want to play defense anymore?
Steve Nash, Zion is going to be souped up. Omari and Ingram is going to be baby KD. That's why they need better players for that system. Like, you got Zion, Ingram, and Lonzo. That's going to work because it would lead into today's NBA. Have Zion, he's self-explanatory. We know what Ingram is, and then you got the high usage point guard. It'll work. He did it with Steve Nash, but I think these players are better. Zion, B.I., those generational type guys, man. Those not just run-of-the-mill, like Lonzo generational type passes. Those not just run-of-the-mill guys. And they play defense on their own, so that's something Alonzo at least. So that's not something that they have to be instilled into the.
Let's get back to the topic because CA3 and V haven't answered yet. CA3, man, where do you think will be a good fit for Chauncey to be a head coach?
I think a good fit for him would be the Detroit Pistons, of course. All jokes aside, though, but I think the best fit for him would definitely be the Pelicans. I feel like the Pacers, they are. There's no future with them. They just got a bunch of pretty solid players, but nobody to talk about though. So I think Pelicans would be a great fit because I think Chauncey would be a great fit for Lonzo. Especially with Chauncey's career, how Chauncey started off as a guy who was passed around the league, and he was doubted early in his career, but he was able to come back strong.
Give him some of that. I'm sorry, fellas.
But he was able to, overcome, some of the things that happened early in his career and became a champion. So I think he would be really good for Lonzo and just good for those young players in New Orleans in general. So I think New Orleans would definitely be his best fit. But of course, I would take him in as a assistant coach at Detroit before anything.
V, what about yourself, man? Where do you see Mr. Big Shot being the head coach at?
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with everybody else with the Pelicans because I don't really think him going to the Pacers really moves the needle. Like, I don't know why they would want to get a first-time coach to really try to, especially if they're gonna try to keep the same team. I don't think he really moves the needle. So if I was, Mr. Big Shot, I would go down to New Orleans and try to help develop some of those young guys and get them moving forward. But I'm definitely not touching the Pacers though. They need I don't know what the Pacers need, but they don't need a first-time coach though.
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking Houston. Mike D'Antoni's about to get fired. He goes there, gets Westbrook and Harden. I think that if D'Antoni does get fired, that's going to be like the most sought-after job in the NBA. I just don't know if Chauncey's going to have enough experience to do so. I really think that Chauncey probably shouldn't hop right into the head coaching role. I think that he's a smart enough player to do so, but it's different from being the coach on the floor. He was a floor general here in Detroit. He was like a coach on the court, but it's different being that player than becoming a head coach without any experience. And then if he did go somewhere, like I said, like Houston, where they're going to want a title, like that's a lot of pressure to get thrown into. So I really wish Tim Duncan didn't become an assistant in San Antonio, so that way Chauncey could learn from like Greg Pop for a year and then go ahead and go do it. But I'm not saying he's going to be a bad coach. It's just like he's going to need a couple years, I think, to really get his legs underneath him to kind of learn from it. He's going to be a rookie at this all over again. But I think he's smart enough to do it. Pelicans would be a good fit. I do think Indiana would be a good fit. It will just be really weird to see Chauncey in Indiana after all the rivalry games that we had and stuff like that. So I mean, part of me, my fan side, doesn't want to see that happen.
Yeah, I don't know how Indiana is a good fit though.
I mean, it's the same style of basketball that Detroit played back in the day. So like Chauncey knows how to get it built, what players will want to get it there. If they're going into a rebuild, they tell Chauncey, all right, you got 5 years, 6 years to build a team. I think that could be a completely different team at work. Like Sabonis, that's a player that will fit with the system, but I don't know about
the hottest job on the market. You got Steve Nash, never coached a day in his life, getting the Nets job. So if they fire D'Antoni, he better be there because they say it's no racism in sports. It's none of that. Everything's all equal. Chauncey better get the highest, biggest league job available. Keep that same energy, and when he don't, and he end up on the Pacers, I'm gonna mention it.
How about Chicago?
Ew, no, why?
Because they're looking for a coach right now.
But they don't have any future at all.
They actually have a good future. They have a better future than the Pacers, I think.
Yeah, they got. I like Kobe White.
Man, Chicago. I don't know, man. When I think of Chicago, like, I just get question mark. I don't know what the hell they doing.
Well,
exactly.
Their last 2 or 3 coaches were.
No, but their teams
like,
are young.
Like, what have they like since Derrick Rose left? They done. I don't know what the hell they've been doing.
Well, I mean, shoot, don't they got Napoleon Dynamite at center?
Laurie Marquez.
I'm
stealing that. I'm calling Napoleon Dynamite from now on.
Hey, I never thought about that. Like, I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. It's like, and the thing about the Bulls is the Bulls have enough talent to be a good team. They just aren't. I'm being like they got Zach. They got a bunch of scorers, but they just suck. I don't know, man. Maybe they do need Johnson. Like, have a direction.
They haven't developed at all. Like Zach LaVine's been playing on an all-star level for the last 2 or 3 years, but like marketing hasn't improved at all. Kobe White.
No, but their players are still young, you know.
Well, Kobe White was a rookie.
What's that center's name?
You talking about Wendell Carter Jr.?
Yeah, like he's solid, but like I haven't seen improvement from this team at all. Outside of
Wendell Carter is solid.
Hey, they have the
he was supposed to be like a superstar. Like I know y'all. I mean, y'all might not remember, but they was talking crazy about Wendell Carter, and that's probably where they messed up. They got him in that draft. Should have got somebody else.
Should have, could have, would have. Let's go ahead and move on and talk back to some playoffs. Celtics versus Heat, Eastern Conference Finals. Man, this is going to be a good one. Celtics took care of the Raptors in 7. That was a damn good series, man. I loved every second of that one. And then, of course, the Miami Heat took care of the Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. I feel like this is going to be a must-see series, man. This might be a better matchup than the finals, and the finals is going to be a damn good matchup. Both these teams are balling right now, playing at a very high level from stars to role players. I cannot wait. This game cannot start soon enough. Bravo, man. What's your expectations for this series, man? How many games and who do you got winning?
Celtics and Miami?
Yep.
Oh, man, it's a tough one. I mean, both really very well coached teams. Brad Stevens made the finals, and Spoelstra is really a really very good coach. You know, I think it comes down in the end into maybe coaching in here in this game. So I feel like, Brad Stevens has just a better, overall, nice coaching than Spoelstra, but you don't know, really. I don't
know about that.
I don't know. I don't know either. You know, if you ask me,
we got to start giving championship coaches more respect, bro.
Yeah, so let me tell you something. I don't like. Let me tell you, I don't like both teams. I'm not a fan of Miami Heat. I hate the Boston Celtics. And if you ask me which one you want to take, I'm probably gonna go with the Heat this year because they haven't made the finals for a while. So I take the Heat over the Celtics because of the fact the Celtics beat the team I wanted to win the championship this year, the Raptors. So let them lose again. I hate Danny Ainge too. I can't stand Danny Ainge.
King, man, what about yourself, man? Both these teams are playing at a high level. I think it's going to go 7. What's your expectations for this series, and who do you got between the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics?
Get ready to watch a series where you're going to have to go absolutely to the end of the game every single time. It's going to be a battle because, like I said, both teams are playing tough right now. They're balling right now. it's about to be nail biter central. So get yourself prepared, man.
Oh yeah, man. I can't wait. There'll probably be my prediction. There'll be 3 buzzer beaters in the series.
Yep.
I think that's how close they match up well at every position. Like there's not a single player has an advantage over another one because someone else has got someone else that's better than someone else on the team. Like they match up so well. It's crazy. But you made a good point about the head coach there, Bravo. Spoelstra's been here several times. Brad Stevens has not been here healthy yet. What was it? They went there to the conference finals. Was it 2 years ago? When Kyrie was hurt and they had like Terry Rozier starting and like Hayward was out. So I mean, this is their first time being here healthy. So I know they're fired up and they're motivated. They're ready to go. So this is gonna be a good one. J-Mo, man, what do you got for this series, man? What's your expectations and who are you rolling with?
Well, see, I'm kind of mad because if you didn't know, Boston is the team I hate the most in the league. I hate the Boston Celtics. I hate them, but I want to pick them. But on the other side, I want to pick Jimmy Buckets, and I think this is gonna be like, I think man, it's very, very tough, but I think Jimmy. I just hate the Celtics. Like I just hate them, bro. That's probably why they don't win. But Jimmy Buckets because I think they beat the best team in the East, and I think it's gonna be a problem. And when I'm looking at Boston, they do match up extremely well, but Spoelstra has advantage from a coaching perspective, and what do you call it? Miami has a lot of good ball movement and shooters. I'm gonna just say it. I think Miami is actually a better team if Gordon Hayward isn't healthy. Now, Gordon Hayward's healthy. I'm not saying that, but without Gordon Hayward, I think they're a better team. If you go strength for strength, I'm taking. I mean, it's close, but I'm taking Jimmy Butler over Tatum. Jaylen Brown, you can take him over whoever you think they second best player, whether it's Hero or somebody. And then Dragic has been playing so well that he's a wash with Kemba. But then you look at the center position. They got Bam. They got Kelly Olynyk. 2 guys who are both better than Daniel Tyson. and then I'm looking at they have the coach and they have the culture and the heat. I don't know, they just look a little bit different. I forgot about like Duncan Robinson, but they got Marcus Smart, so he'll probably be neutralized. But I think the Heat, they got a spark in their eyes right now. So I think it's going 7, but I'm going to say Heat 7.
Miami's only lost 1 game so far, and that was to Milwaukee. 187, the new breed said Butler versus Smart is going to be very interesting. They will probably be scrapping. I expect some fights in this series. Nothing like back in the day, but there'll be some shuffles and some trash talking. Lakers getting off to a double-digit lead already, just so you guys know about that. CA3, man. Celtics, Heat, 7-game series. Who you got?
I think this is definitely going 6 or 7 games, but I didn't want to make this pick, but just going based on my instincts, I think the Celtics will win in 7 games. I just feel like when the game is on the line, I feel like the Celtics just have a little bit more. They have a tad bit more prolific scorers, that can just get you a bucket, with ease. And I just think that's gonna be the difference in the series. I think the Celtics will squeeze out. I mean, I just think they have more scores. I think just more like.
I'll say it again. Do they really though?
I mean, you got Jaylen Brown. Especially if Gordon Hayward comes back and he's somewhat close to 100%. I mean, that's gonna be a plus. And then you got Kemba Walker, and you got Jason Tatum.
I'll give it to Boston.
You got Jason Tatum.
I mean, yeah, but Miami got shooters galore, and
Miami
and Hero can score.
That's true.
And Goran Dragic is playing like prime. I don't know who. He just balls. Like,
I'm still thinking
playing the best he's ever played.
I'm still taking a guy like Jaylen Brown over Tyler Hero.
None too.
Yeah, you got Kendrick Nunn, but these guys are all inexperienced. I mean, Jaylen Brown.
Like, I'm thinking Boston is really top heavy. Like, it's just those.
But the core. I mean, but the core with the main core of Boston. I mean, like you look at a guy like Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn. These guys aren't experienced like a guy like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum have been. They've been to big games like
Yeah,
Eastern
Tyler
Conference.
Hero is a baller.
Like, nah, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they've been to big games like Game 7s in Eastern Conference Finals, man. They've been in those big
I don't
games.
think that matters. It's not gonna matter in this series.
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
they got Jimmy Butler and they got Goran Dragic. They got guys that can close too, that are experienced better.
I just feel like I'd rather have the Boston. I mean, except for Jimmy Butler, I would say Jimmy Butler over any closer that Boston has, but that's really it.
I do know this. Both these teams are really good defensively, and they have good defensive game plans. Both of these guys, teams in the last series, took the other team's best player out. Boston took Siakam out of the series because of the little spin move. That's all he's got. And then Miami took Giannis out of the game. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Boston's going to game plan for Jimmy B and then Hero and the rest of the shooters they got in the squad. It's going to be very interesting to see how Miami comes at Kemba and Tatum and Brown to try to shut those guys down. So it should be a good chess matchup here. But V, man, what's your thoughts on this one, man? Heat versus Celtics, 7-game series. Who you going with and why?
I got Miami and 6. I've been going with Miami this whole year. I've had them going to the finals. I've been called stupid, but now everybody believes me. I told people last series that Miami was going to sweep them. They didn't sweep, but they was dang near about to sweep. So, but I mean, Jimmy is playing the best ball. What he's doing for Miami is unbelievable. My opinion, I got him in my top 5 MVP candidate. Not at number 1 or nothing, but like that number 5, what he's doing is, you know, he's doing some good stuff down there in Miami. So I take Miami down to beat Boston at 6. And I think why too is because I think Boston not as deep as Miami. So Miami is deep. They got shooters. They got defenders. I think getting Iggy and Jay Crowder was a super move. Jay Crowder
been balling, man.
Jay Crowder can defend Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So, and then they got nobody to check Bam. So,
right.
I just think Miami gonna beat them boys. I don't think.
No, and my thing with it is,
I think they beat Boston. Plus, I hate Boston. So,
my thing is that Miami is so hard to guard. That's why the Bucks had a lot of problems with them because everybody on the team is a shooter except for like Butler and Bam Adebayo. It's like they can play 5 out. And what's his name? Goran Dragic is so good at dribble penetration.
They got Kendrick too.
You know, he's just kicking it out to the shooters, and he's kicking it out to Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and Jay Crowder, who's been shooting 45% the entire playoffs. So I just think they're so hard to guard. Like they really are, and they play the way that Eric Spoelstra runs their sets. It's just really hard to stop.
It's gonna be a very close series, very entertaining series. Go ahead, V.
I was saying, I just think Jimmy got a ball though, man. I think Jimmy got to play his best ball ever. I think he got to put up at least like 23, 24, 25 a game to beat these dudes because they can score. So, but and then Kemba gonna have to show me something because that 2 games ago he put up 5 points. That was unacceptable. So I'm not really. I think Dragic is having a better playoffs than Kemba. So I think I think Boston got enough to beat these boys. Plus, they don't got enough shooting either.
I think it all depends.
If Gordon Hayward come back though, Miami gonna be in trouble. I'm being for real.
Is he coming back though? I don't
know. Gordon Hayward's on track to come back. He's gonna be back. I think he'll be back.
I don't know. I just don't know if he'll be back that fast off a grade 3.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be back.
Grade 3 ankle sprains lead players out for 6 months.
No, but he's starting. I mean, he's starting to shoot around though. He was shooting around game 7. He was out there. He was in the brace. He was shooting around.
Dang.
I mean, I can see him being back like mid of this series, the middle of this series. I can see him coming back.
What are you trying to say, Bravo?
I think it all comes down to the coaching in the end. Who makes the adjustment? Who make the right calls? And I think it's going to be the battle of the coaches too. You know, the good teams are both teams. And I think if you ask me which is the more balanced team as a starting 5, probably it's really hard to pinpoint which one. I think the Celtics, I kind of see them winning because of the fact they're really like really well balanced team as a whole. So I mean, but again, it comes down to coaching in the end. It's all about the coaches.
Absolutely. We have another playoff series game that's hanging on the balance. Denver won the other night to take the series, keep it alive. Now they are at 3-2. Can the Clippers pull this one out? Because I know a lot of people are still skeptical about the Clippers, man. And it's looking like Lakers are coming out to play tonight. They want to go to the Western Conference Finals. They want to go to the NBA Finals. And we just haven't seen the Clippers come out with that same effort and energy every single night. It feels like they can take games off. It looks like they're too cocky. Like they are the only team that had multiple 16-point lead in multiple series this year in the bubble and have blown several of them. And it's a real problem. As a team that's trying to contend to go get a ring, you can't do that. So I thought the Clippers would come out and play a little bit more professional in the bubble, and they're making me look stupid right now. I don't like that. So we're gonna do the same question we did about the Rockets and the Lakers. Can the Nuggets come back from another 3-1 deficit to come back and take the series back? CA3, man, I'm gonna start with you.
No, but the Clippers, I trust Kawhi and Leonard. They're not gonna blow that lead again. It's tough. I know. I understand that the Nuggets came back for 3-1 already, but they did that against Utah, who had no bench and they had Donovan Mitchell doing all the work. So, it's not gonna happen. But I still could see it. Maybe the Nuggets may get another game, but I think Nuggets go home tomorrow. So, but the Clippers aren't beating the Lakers because of Paul George. So that's my answer.
Bravo, man. What's your thoughts on this matchup? Nuggets came back last night, won. Now they got 2 more wins they have to do. They got to beat the Clippers twice in order to advance to the Western Conference Finals. Can they do it, or can the Clippers hang on and take care of business?
I hope they could do it. They can pull a win this next game and make it even more, even harder on the Clippers. But I doubt that they're going to win it in the end because, the Clippers are going to come up next game really professional. They're going to really try to win, I think. But again, I don't know. You could see some situations where Michael Porter Jr. goes crazy and he starts scoring in the next game. So I'm taking the Clippers over the Nuggets. And I don't see the Nuggets winning, but I really hope the Nuggets would do it, because this is the only team left for me to support or root for at this point.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with rooting for an underdog right now. 313 Jim, I know you have not been high on the Clippers all year long, so I'm very interested to hear your take. Do you think the Clippers can hang on to the series, or the Nuggets start to gain momentum back, and do you think they can come back and even the series back up?
I won't say I haven't been eye on the Clippers. They not winning the chip. Like, simple as that. But nah, man, it's a wrap for the Nuggets. They be getting blown out in every game, dog. Except even the games that they won, they would get blown out in. Like like they don't got a chance, man. I'm being honest. Like both of the games they won, they were literally getting blown out in. So at some point. So nah, man, that was the last game. They got a little bit lucky. They took their foot off the gas pedal. But after the Lakers win tonight, man, Lakers in 6 over the Clippers, bro. And then Lakers in 6 over the Heat.
All right. V, man, what's your thoughts on the current playoff status of the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers? Denver came back, got 2 wins, got to get 2 more now in order to advance. Do you think they can do it, or the Clippers got them where they want them?
No, I think the Clippers going to go ahead and finish them off next game. Because personally, though, I don't really I thought the Clippers would be better, man. I really did. They probably the greatest inconsistent team I've ever seen in my life. Like, they got too much talent to be this inconsistent. Like, and then Pat Beverly he talk a lot, but he used to be playing like how Marcus Smart is playing. He's not. So
he's not a Marcus Smart defender. He's already
he can lock some people up though. I think he just washed up now. He got that contract and he kind of just took the year off now. He was hungry, but now I don't see the same Patrick Beverly, but I definitely don't think Denver coming back though. They don't got enough to mess with them boys. And they not. And then Doc Rivers isn't even playing Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell 25 plus minutes a night. I think Harrell only played 15 minutes last game. So
because Harrell had a bad game. He was playing bad. That's why.
He keeps complaining.
I mean, Lou
I
Will and
like Montrez though. I think he should be getting more.
Lou Will and
He just keeps
Montrez play
complaining.
better.
He just bitching complain.
Lou Will's trying to go back to the club, get some more wings.
He needs some wings,
He's
man.
been the same since he came back from strip club. So.
Hey, those if you see those wings, those wings looked really good. Like I'd go there for the food. Like I'm not gonna
I can get some over here. I live in Atlanta, bro. I can get some. I go to Magic City and give me some. I'm fine.
King, man, what about you in this playoff matchup? Clippers still up 3-2. Nuggets come back from a win. Do you think the Nuggets can come back, or the Clippers got this one handled?
Nuggets is just being the Nuggets, man, making things more difficult than they need to be. I think the Clippers definitely gonna take care of business. Like I said, they probably need somebody to push them to the point so they can wake up. It's probably exactly what they need, but I don't see the Nuggets coming back to do anything.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. I think it's all but over. Give credit to the Clippers though, man. Or the Nuggets, man. They don't give up. You know, a lot of people when they lost the last game are like, oh, they're done. They come back, they fight, they scratch, they claw. They're not going to give up. They're going to make it difficult for the Clippers. So
Hey, if I were Michael Malone, I throw in Bull next game.
Why not? Yeah.
hey, last game of the year, can't hold anything back.
I would have been playing Bobo, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
At least 10 minutes a night.
Yeah, at least give him a shot, man.
He'll play when they are down 10 with the last 15.
Yeah, but I told y'all need to stop overrating the Clippers. And I told y'all that PG still gonna be PG. He's still gonna be PG in the playoffs. It don't matter if you're playing with Russell Westbrook or anybody. Just because you're playing with Kawhi Leonard doesn't mean that playoff P not gonna be playoff P in the playoffs. Just saying.
Pandemic.
Yeah, put that out there.
No,
Hey,
that's
the
gonna be
Clippers got Reggie Jackson, man. Don't forget about that.
I forgot to just put that out. Man, all right, bro.
He hasn't really been doing much for him over there right now.
Yeah,
I told y'all Reggie Jackson not no starter, man. He a 6-man, but he ain't been doing much. They ain't really Will ain't been doing much either. I forgot he was low key on the team, low key
Yeah.
in this series because he played a lot more in the last series. Like he out of the rotation, ain't he?
Is that a rotation?
I think
I mean,
so.
he doesn't play like that. He's pretty much out of the rotation, honestly, pretty much.
Kawhi probably told Doc, don't play him anymore because after that turnover he
Right.
did.
He's like, I ain't give you the ball.
I mean,
man.
the only reason he was playing a little bit. Only reason he was playing a little bit was because Patch Beverly was hurt, but Patch Beverly's back, so he's pretty much out of the rotation.
It's not a bad depth move though. Like he's a good guy to have coming off the bench, so because he's gonna have those nights where he's feeling it, and he'll be action Jackson. But when you got Kawhi and PG and Lou Will on the team, like Reggie, like you should not be shooting those shots, man. Like, come on, man. But J-Mo, man, what day is it?
Free Smoke Saturday, man.
Free Smoke Saturday, peeps. Now is your time to ask any of us a question. So if you have a question for us one-on-one, go ahead and direct it that way. Or you can open up to the panel, and we will go ahead and answer everything. So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and plug the rest of the stuff. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Everything King. V, man, what do you got for the people to go follow you on? You want to follow your Instagram?
Yeah, it's just call me V.
Go follow Just Call Me V over on Instagram. Go subscribe to 313 JMO. He's almost at 1K. Let's go ahead and get him there sooner rather than later. Go subscribe to CA3. And then tomorrow, for all the Lions fans out there, DSA has got you covered for your Detroit Lions. We will be live before the game, and we will be live after the game doing our pregame and post-game breakdown. So stay tuned. It's a good time to be alive right now. You know, 2020 got off to a really poor start, but every single sport is all back at one time. First time that all the major sports have been played in the same day ever. So we got stuff to talk about. We got you guys covered today. Lakers are running away with this game right now, 29-11. All right, we got some questions coming in. PD's got this.
Me mugging them, man.
PD wants to know, King, who do you think the 5 best Pistons of all time are?
Isaiah Thomas, of course, at point guard. Shooting guard, I'm going to go with. Oof.
It's tough.
Man, that's tough, dude.
I go with Joe.
I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to go to small forward. I would go with, I'll say, maybe Dave Bean. And power forward, I'm going to say That's tough, man. Why are you asking me this question?
he's asked all of us it.
Because you're so from the old school and from the new school, man.
Just make sure you got Jose Calderon on the list somewhere. Or Gigi. Don't forget about Gigi.
Criteria is like
Nah, you gotta put John Smith on that list too. What you talking about?
no, man. I wonder, like, are we judging them by how good of a player they were or what they did with the Pistons? See,
that's the thing, man. That's tough, bro.
because like Blake ain't did shit with the Pistons, but he might be one of the best players. So that's why it's hard.
And then, like I said, just picking center for me is hard, dude. You got Ben Wallace, you got Bill Laimbeer. Ooh, man, you can go back.
So I got this question that was pissing me off on Twitter. Because the disrespect to Ben Wallace. So I wanted to ask the panel: in this era, who do you think will be better, Yao Ming or Ben Wallace?
Big Ben.
Ben, man.
Definitely.
Look, I don't hate Yao Ming, but he's like the most overrated player of all time.
I don't know
He
about
was in the
that.
Hall of Fame though. I don't know why he's in the Hall of
No,
Fame.
he ain't. I don't know about that. Yao Ming was a very good player.
He was very good, but he wasn't
like one of the. He's a stretch five. I'm like, man, he was shooting mid rangers, not threes. But I'm like, Ben Wallace would be like, what y'all think Bam Adebayo is, and maybe he'll be that. Ben Wallace will steroids.
No.
I look at game impact too, man. Ben Wallace can change a whole game, dude, with his defense.
Imagine being he'd be the best defender in this league by far. Imagine being in the era like this. Oh, it would be a nightmare for people. So,
Like I said, these dudes actually was like making a streak of holding people up under 70 points, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not
bro,
picking
like,
Yao,
and
man.
I know he's a very good defender, but in this era, Rudy Gobert is Defensive Player of the Year. Like, come on.
I mean, the reason why Ben Wallace would be so valuable in this era is because Ben Wallace, he has versatility on defense. Like, he can guard any position like very well. Like, but with bigs nowadays, with bigs standing out in the perimeter all the time, you got to be able to have that versatility, and Ben Wallace has that.
And that's when you can play some small ball because he's a smaller guy that can defend big dudes.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off. I got Pistons fans. I got so-called people who say they watch our team telling me Ben Wallace couldn't defend point guards. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He could defend. It ain't nobody he couldn't defend. What you mean? If he gets switched on to Kobe, he gets switched on to AI, he's standing right there. What do you mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. In this era, he would be, like I said, Draymond on steroids, bro.
Oh, imagine Big Ben on Golden State. Oh,
But that
that's
was
trash.
the
That's
argument,
scary.
though. He can't guard point. What type of argument is that?
the 12-year-olds.
No, man, people say he can't guard all five positions. I'm like, the dude is basically the greatest defender ever.
Bro, there's a lot of people
they weren't
that
born yet. They don't really count when they talk about it.
shoot, or maybe put Andre Drummond on the point guard.
He's like, no, man, I watched this. I'm like,
The one dude had Travis Scott as his avatar, bro.
I wasn't alive when Ben Wallace was in his prime, but I'm not gonna. I was alive, but I wasn't watching it. I was like,
See, Anthony, though, you're different, man. You do your research. You study your film and stuff. These guys just play 2K and look at their ratings and stuff. Like, oh man, no, Yao Ming's better.
And I tell people all the time, the difference is period, point blank. Have you seen him play? That's the
I
thing.
want to go all the time, man.
yeah, and one thing about centers in this era is they're asked to do way more. So Ben Wallace back, because they say he can't score. I'm like, Ben Wallace could have scored 12, 14 if he wanted, but we didn't need him to do that. In this era, you think he gonna have a hard time scoring against these softies? Bro,
With the rules that we got,
like, come on. Like, and people forget, Ben Wallace is this what I call him. He's basically if LeBron James was only a defensive player. And if you had an anti-LeBron and he only played defense, you would be Ben Wallace because they got the same body. 6'10", 250, what you doing? Like, and like that's why whenever people bring up that LeBron, I'm like, bro, Ben Wallace wasn't playing, dog. He wouldn't have did that. They would have lost.
I tell you who else would be a beast in this era. Rasheed Wallace.
Oh,
Definitely.
oh, man, he'd be a top 5, top 10 player.
Oh my God, he could destroy this era.
Oh,
Bruh. Like Rasheed Wallace would be like Chris Middleton on steroids. Like, and he got that dog in him, so you don't have to worry about that.
You talking about putting somebody on the box, man? You that hot fucking shot.
He would be what Karl Anthony Towns is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because post game is so underrated in this era. That's what Giannis' problem is. Yeah, he needs to be a better shooter, but if he just had a better post game, they wouldn't be able to put up a wall because he would have a post game. So Rasheed post game was very good. Now he would tear people up, and then he'll talk smack, and then he'll place a little bit of D on you. Now, I would love Rasheed in this era, bro.
And people forget what Ben Wallace did to Shaq Game 5 at the closing game. He dropped 18 and 20 on Shaq's head.
Yeah, I want to say Ben Wallace can score. Like, he just didn't have to.
He didn't have to.
Like,
Go do this. Go for everyone who hasn't watched Ben Wallace, which I assume everyone in here who's a Pistons fan have, but I'm talking to people who aren't Pistons fans who are still here somehow. Go watch Game 5 of the 2004 NBA Finals. It started off back and forth, but what changed the game? Big Ben's defense. As soon as he started throwing shots, dunking on people, the Pistons blew the Lakers out of the water. Like, his impact changed that team, and they went where Ben went. Like, he changed the whole complex of that whole series with intimidation. Like, I've never seen one person be able to stop Shaq one-on-one.
It's only two people in the NBA history who made Shaq look stupid. Him and Akeem Olajuwon.
Right, yeah. So, and what I'm looking at Ben is like, Ben has so much respect. Like, I've seen a lot of fans they're not Pistons fans, but they're like, 04 Pistons greatest defensive team ever. Ben Wallace the greatest defensive player ever. I didn't even know all of these stats, but I don't like all the new advanced stats in the NBA because like sometimes it's just very stupid. But I didn't like Ben Wallace is like number one all time in like all defensive stats, bro. I mean, I don't care. I got the eye test, but I didn't even know that though, and I'm like, wow, bro. Yeah, that dude was a special guy. Like,
he got the most defensive player of the year, by one player. So
yeah, 4 times, bro. But all right, I guess people in the chat they dropping some questions. It was one question about if LeBron wins his 4th ring, will he be in the GOAT conversation? No, he need another one. That's just my personal opinion. I think he need another. You need 5 if you want to start talking with Kobe and Magic and Kareem and Jordan. That's just my opinion.
I would agree with that. It's a fair assessment. If you want to go, look, to be the GOAT, you have to win rings. I'm not saying that to be a Hall of Famer or an all-time great that you need a ring, but to be the GOAT, you need multiple rings. And to be placed ahead of Kobe and MJ, because, that's the comparison. It's him and MJ. They just skip right over Kobe. Kobe's got 5, and everyone knows MJ's got 6. You have to get at least 5 to be in there. At least.
I tell people all the time that rings is the ultimate conversation.
Because the whole conversation is all about who has the best legacy. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, but talent doesn't equal legacy. You gotta have the best legacy.
I don't know, man. I just don't think he can beat it though.
I mean, with 4 rings, it's not gonna happen. He shouldn't be in that conversation. And I love LeBron James. Yeah, I'm the biggest LeBron James fan, right? In this chat right here, but he's not going to go conference until he gets 2 more rings. It's not happening.
I think he should. Why not? He's a great player, man.
He's a great player.
Because
he is a great player, man.
I feel like this.
You can't live in the moment.
He's a great player. I'm not going, but my thing is, all of the other all-time greats that you put in the conversation with LeBron, they all have more rings than him. And it's not just rings. They got the finals MVPs. They got the regular season MVPs. Magic Johnson's the greatest point guard to ever live. Kareem is the greatest scorer of all time. We know who Michael Jordan is. It's not like these are just Kobe Bryant. These aren't just guys. These are guys pantheons of pantheons. And they have rings. Yes, they had great teammates. Well, LeBron's had some great teammates too. So when I'm looking at it like that, he just needs a little bit more hardware. It's like you can't be trying to. I know people hate Tom Brady, but you can't be trying to put Aaron Rodgers over Tom Brady or Peyton Manning over Tom Brady with 2 rings, 1 ring. Like, no.
I never liked comparing LeBron to MJ anyway. Like, he plays more like Magic.
I had 3 like John Elway.
You guys are missing on a big point. I say this LeBron has in the conversation for GOAT because of the fact of this time we're playing right now. 2020, the worst year. You got the COVID going on. There's no one is going to be the best We get all the social injustice going on. He's a great representative for the community.
No other NBA legend with rings is going to want to hear none of that you just said.
No, it's not about that, King. It's about a lot of things, social injustice, a lot of things. LeBron has been very good this year.
If you to go,
he to go off the court.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I think I can see LeBron being the GOAT just because of the time we're living in right now.
Bravo.
I feel like this, to me, it would help his conversation. But if I'm putting you on Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, you need 5 rings. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And Magic Johnson too. I will never stop giving Magic Johnson credit for his greatness. I think he's very disrespectful. Like, so I mean, you need a little bit more hardware. It's all right, man. He might get it. He might not. Who knows, but
well, I think if he wins this year, I think that's more than enough for him if he wins this year. I think
so. What?
I think if LeBron wins this year, beating the best teams, I think that should be good enough to put him in a conversation.
No, bro.
It's
not enough.
Like, I'll be honest. Would y'all give him more credit for beating the Heat or the Celtics or beating the Bucks?
No, he got him a lot of credits for beating the Clippers with Kawhi.
Like, if he beats a Heat team with Jimmy Butler that overachieved, people gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think you got to look at his run as a whole. If he does it, he still had a good run. He still beat, if he were to win the finals, he would still be 2-3 really. He would still beat 3 teams that have a lot of that have some star power. Like, you got to give him credit for being Dame. You got to give him credit for being Russell Harden. You got to give him credit for beating Kawhi and PG. You got to give him credit. So.
I mean, it's never easy. It's never easy going through the West. Every time you go through the West, you beating Hall of Famers. So,
but Kobe first 3 rings though. I mean, he beat Jason Kidd and a trash Allen Iverson team, and the Pacers was the best team I feel like they played. But other than that, I think the Jimmy Butler team, if Miami get to the finals and the Lakers got to beat them, I feel like that team is better than any team that Shaq and Kobe beat.
But that Portland team they played was tough, though. That Portland team
I'm talking about the finals.
That Portland team was tough, bro.
This team were not bad.
That Sacramento team, man. That Sacramento team was really tough, bro.
No. I'm talking about the East. I'm just talking about the East. I'm
talking about the East. The Nets and the Pacers. No, I'm not. No.
The Nets.
I like Miami, but no.
The Nets is better than Heat. That Nets team.
Yes,
bro.
Nah. Kerry Kittles and I'm straight.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd was a beast, but.
What do you mean?
He made that team go, but Kenyon Martin was okay, I guess.
I mean, no, they had some good players. They had Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson was straight. Steven Jackson.
Like, they had some good players, man. I like the Heat, but I don't know about that. The Nets went to back-to-back finals.
But I feel like LeBron and they had to play some way tougher matchups in the finals too, though.
That's another conversation.
He did have to play way tougher competition in the finals, but you got to win some rings.
Like one of the reasons I don't put LeBron in the GOAT conversation is he hops team from team. Like, Cleveland was terrible.
Oh, that's actually another reason.
Hear me out. I'm not mad at him for leaving Cleveland. That is like one of the worst organizations of all time. But then he goes to Miami to team up with his boy Dwayne Wade, and then gets Chris Bosh. That's 3 All-Stars, and people sleep on Toronto Raptors Chris Bosh. He was the top player in the league. They had 3 of the top players in the league at the same time. He goes from that team back to Cleveland to team up with Kevin Love and Kyrie. Again, I don't think they're as good as Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, but Kyrie was a young up-and-comer, and we all know Kevin Love was the only thing Minnesota had for a long period of time. Then he goes from that to going to the Lakers now to get AD. Like, he needs to get his own players in there. Like, I'm not mad he gets those players or anything like that because, Magic had Kareem, Bird had McHale and Parrish, MJ had Pippen, but they were able to come there because they drafted them and stuff. Like, I don't this doesn't sit well.
Okay, to play devil's advocate a bit, though.
You have to stay with the team and do it there, Like,
they didn't. But to play devil's advocate, though, teams were building teams to beat LeBron.
Yeah.
After LeBron made it to the finals at 07, in 08, Paul Pierce and them boys teamed up. After getting whooped by him, he had to beat a team to beat that team. After melting down against Dallas, then he came back, won back-to-back, and that Spurs team was ready for revenge. So I'm not going to give him an excuse for that. But after that, the Warriors beat a super team to beat them. So once that happened, he had to leave because, it wasn't no way he was going to beat the Warriors out in the East. So, I mean, I just feel like I don't really care about him moving teams. It's just like if you move teams, you got to win. That's the way I feel. Like, you got to win championships.
Yeah.
Hey, J-Mo, put Steph Curry in the conversation for GOAT.
No.
No, bro.
I'm
No.
just
Nah,
kidding. Smoking hot weed in here.
See,
Steph
look,
Curry is one
to
of the
be
best
in the
game
GOAT
changers.
conversation, you have to be the best in your position. And Steph Curry is not the best point guard of all time. LeBron is the best small forward of all time.
I'm just kidding.
I just feel like it's hard to be in the GOAT conversation. And, you got to have, to me, you got to have, 1 or 2 finals losses. And you got to have – it's just hard. It's so hard to surpass Michael Jordan, man. It can't – that's Michael Jordan. He made it. If Brady win another ring, could you imagine a quarterback winning 7 damn Super Bowls? Never is going to happen. It's just hard
Unheard
to do
of.
what Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan, it's just hard to be that great. So he got a lot to live up to it. He ain't living up to it. If he won one of these finals, I always say it. If he won either in 11, 14, or 18, I might be with you. Because I feel like the GOAT would have won one of those. I know that's a random thing, but they win one of them chips. You know what I'm saying? You beat Miami or you beat that Spurs team.
They're not beating that Golden State team.
Man, see, why not, bro?
Man, they had too much firepower, man.
No, they didn't, bro. You got LeBron and Kyrie. You supposed to be able to beat them, dog.
They did.
Yeah, way too much firepower, bro.
Hey, so you think they had Michael Jordan that they losing?
Yeah.
No, they not.
Yeah, they will.
That's where you wrong.
LeBron
no, they not.
Yeah, they will.
Michael Jordan ain't gonna drop 51 and then break his arm and his hand and pout and then lose in overtime. LeBron was whooping their ass and they could have won that series. They won that first game, but we saw what he did. So I don't know, man.
In the year 18,
he had Kyrie. He had a squad. It was just like Stephen A. said. It was your crew against their crew, and you got waxed. I know Golden State was a little bit more talented, but LeBron had Kyrie, bro, and he still had Kevin Love and them boys. He could have won that series.
Yeah, but KD
was better than him in that series.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant has Steph Curry, though. I think Curry is easy a top.
You got Kyrie, bro.
Nah, Curry not messing with Curry, though.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. Curry changed.
Ask Curry where his ankles been.
Man, okay.
Kyrie is a bad brother, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we not gonna act like Kyrie did not kill Curry in that 2017 finals, though. 2016 finals, bro. He lit Curry up, bro. Did him dirty.
I think Kyrie is very, very, very the gap between Kyrie Curry is the same gap between LeBron and KD. It's not a big gap. It's really not.
So who's the top 5 point guards right now? Then who's the number 1 point guard? I think Curry's the best point guard right now.
Yeah.
Dame Lillard also.
I think Dame is better than Kyrie too.
Real quick, fellas, real quick. King, man, you got some final thoughts for the people before you leave?
Man, let's just enjoy these playoffs, man, and hope the Pistons make a righteous decision when that time comes. And you'll definitely be hearing from me soon. I have not forgot about the Pistons, even though I'm still mad at them. But I have not forgotten about the Pistons, man. And I appreciate you fellas for having me on the show. Sorry about all the background noise. I'm doing petty duty at the same time, but I appreciate y'all fellas, man. Y'all stay safe. Everybody enjoy the rest of their night.
I'm glad you're doing better, man. Thanks for coming on, man.
All right, y'all. Appreciate it, Drew.
You're welcome, man. Have a good night, King.
All right, man. Thanks, bro.
All right, bro.
Super. All right, bro.
What were we talking about again? Point guards?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I'll go.
I'll go last.
But see, I got Curry number 1, but then when you start doing the rest of the guys, there's not a huge gap between them. Like, I don't know where I want to rank them because I'm not sure who I got better. So this is in no particular order. I'm just naming names. I'm going Curry, Westbrook, Kyrie, Dame. I don't know who I want to put in the last spot.
Yeah, last spot's the toughest.
Luka, maybe.
Luka's not a point guard though. Like I'm talking the actual point guard.
He's playing point guard.
Yeah, he is, but I don't
Not a point.
like you could put LeBron as a point guard too because he runs point forward. Like that's not a fair thing. That's not a fair thing to do. Like that's what Luka. He's a point forward. I don't know who I want to put at 5, man, because I don't want to leave anyone off the list. I mean, Kemba's been playing nice this year, but I don't know if he's in the top 5 conversation. He's not too far out of it. Man, who the hell am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to think with you. Like
I don't know why everybody sleeps on Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is good.
I'll put Trey Young in there. That's probably
I like Kyle Lowry, but he's not top 5, bro.
I'll put Trey Young at 5.
He's one of the best point
I don't
guards.
know if Trey's done enough to be top 5 yet, though. To be honest with you,
His talent makes him top 5.
I mean, I can get behind it.
Because like you could put Kemba Walker in there, but is he really better than Trey?
I mean, John Wall, he's top 5, but he hasn't played in like 3 years.
I never thought John Wall was top 5, but that's my opinion. So
I mean, I think he's top 5 when he's healthy, in my opinion.
no way.
Nah, when he's healthy, John Wall is a top 5 point guard, bro.
No, he's not.
When he's healthy, yes, he is.
No, he's not, bro. But
Yes.
Trey never been top 5, bro.
Yes, he is, bro.
I mean, we could put Hard in the conversation.
John Wall was a walking 20 and 10 when he was healthy, bro.
And he
That
played
ain't enough,
defense.
He played great defense and he was getting to the rim at ease, bro.
It's not enough.
Okay.
Man, I just feel like I'm leaving a name out. I'm drawing a blank, man.
Did you say Dame?
Yeah, I got Dame. I got Kyrie, Westbrook, and Dame.
I mean, who else you gonna put at the number 5 spot? I mean, John
Now
Wall's
you
ready
gotta
to hit
put
those dudes.
CP3 or Trey Young or Kemba Walker.
Yeah, I guess you gotta put CP3 there, bro. That's really
I would probably lean towards CP3. I did not expect him to play that well this year, and he succeeded my expectations. I did not expect OKC to play well at all, and he really stepped up. But Kemba, Trey, all good, man. And then John Morant had a good year too, but I mean, it wasn't good enough to be top 5 yet.
Oh, Jamal Murray, but I would never put him in the top 5. But Jamal Murray,
He's not a point guard. He's like a shooting guard, and he plays like Cole Anthony. He's like a Cole Anthony kind of player.
He's more of a shooting guard.
Yeah, but that's basically the top 5.
Yeah, he's good. I love Jamal Murray, man. He's great. Like Donovan Mitchell.
Now Devin Booker is a shooting guard, y'all. Devin Booker, Luka, and James Harden are all shooting guards.
Yeah.
Steven DeBar says Kyle Lowry is better than Trey Young. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that, man. Kyle Lowry is he changed his career around from a choker to a baller.
Yeah, he's a really great player, and he's one of the best players.
I like Kyle Lowry now. I used to be like, this man's so trash, but hey, man,
I got respect for Kyle Lowry.
Like when the Raptors picked him over DeRozan, I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, to be honest, I'm like, why do y'all do that? Like, I would have picked DeRozan, but they knew what they was doing.
He's a great leader.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to the peeps real quick. Be careful on social media right now. There are a lot of fake accounts trying to be official about this Giannis stuff. So whenever you see the news, double check it right now. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Man, as long as he don't go to the Warriors, man, because I don't want the NBA to be over with.
That'd be crazy though. I couldn't. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
That would be miserable, bro.
Like it's just like, ugh, dog.
That put the NBA back in the state that it just got out of, bro.
Yeah, predictable.
And I had people telling me, if they get Giannis, they never gonna win the chip. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? I'm like, they like, he not KD. Yes, he not KD. He don't need to be. If you can't double team Giannis, you're going to lose, and you can't because it's Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Nigga. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like they might win. They might. Like I said if they got Giannis, they gonna break the Bulls record and they gonna win. Like that's straight up how I feel.
If I'm Giannis,
the game, bro. Like how could you can't defend that?
If I'm
Just like if
Giannis,
LeBron was on that team, like they would be unbeatable.
if I'm Giannis, I'm doing Kawhi Leonard's treatment. I'm gonna ride this ankle injury out all year, play the minimum games you have to, don't demand a trade, and then go into free agency and go wherever you want to go. And I think the right move would probably be Toronto. Go there. They already got a solid foundation. Stay in the East because the West is super tough. You're not guaranteed. Like, you're going to have to go against either LeBron, Westbrook and Harden, Kawhi,
Luka.
Like, it's going to be tough. Like, that's not going to be an easy first round matchup.
It's gonna be
Giannis went to
East is
Toronto,
still tough, but like, you could go somewhere. Like, if you went to Toronto, if you went to Atlanta with Trae Young, you could at least compete with Brooklyn and Boston and Philly, or you could go to Philly, team up with Embiid, and like that'd be fucking scary.
I think he'd be a really good fit on the Boston Celtics too.
He would.
That's just true.
Yeah, but that's not fair.
How many players they gonna
I know, right?
Come on, man.
I mean, but if you put Giannis on
Celtics have
Toronto, right?
all the picks in the world, man. They can get anyone they want to.
Nah, but Drew, if you put Giannis on Toronto, that's kind of like that's like an iffy pick because
No, you can't do that.
because
Yeah,
Giannis had to change positions. Giannis had to change positions. You had to change the center, bro. You had to go to center, bro. Like there's no other way it would work.
He played the four.
Where Siakam at?
Siakam's good enough
Siakam
to
gonna be on the team, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
Drew,
the way he played in the the playoffs this year, I don't really know. Like,
I'm moving Siakam, and I'm just replacing Giannis with Siakam. I mean Siakam with Giannis.
Yeah.
Okay.
hey, Drew.
Like, because I think the Raptors are the perfect team that could be built around. Like, he needs a team like that with two guards that can ball handle and make plays, and then a bunch of defensive wings that can play. OG Anunoby, like dogs, not them little kitty cats in Milwaukee. Not all of them are kitty cats, but most of them are.
What's up, V?
No, I was just saying, before I get out, so, like, how does Free Smoke Saturday, you just ask any questions and we just debate about it?
Yeah, so Free Smoke Saturday, we let the people in the chat comment questions to us, and we just go ahead and let them get involved and stuff. But it was JMO's thing because people
I was about to say,
pretty hard
that's
at
not really what it is.
Kennard and Lonzo, and those are his
I have
boys.
a
So
question, though. Like,
go ahead, man.
I think, who would y'all think, what's the worst Detroit Piston team that y'all have witnessed since y'all been Detroit Piston fans?
Oh, God.
Man,
This team this
we've
year.
been going through this depression for 10, 12 years.
This team
now.
this year, man.
You said what?
This team this year.
They were the most heartbreaking one.
I think, yeah.
I don't think they're the
they was
worst.
The worst
the
was
worst.
like when we had.
No, they are the worst team. Like, Mondo Ray Moore told me something. He said this is the worst Piston team he's seen in his life. And I thought about it. What we win, like 17 games? When the last time we won 17 games?
Well,
Like,
the
this
season
is
didn't
the worst
finish,
team.
so, but I think we probably would have won 20. So yeah,
If we just going by wins now, if you don't
we're
want to go
going by
by wins,
talent
then yeah.
though. If we're going by talent, I think
It's not worse talent wise.
yeah, it's not the worst talent. I think the worst talent was when we had like Walter Harriman and what's the dude name?
Brandon
Will
Knight.
Bynum starting at and Will Bynum and Max Seal at 1 and 5. I think and Stuckey and
Oh,
Austin
man.
Day. I think that's
Coach
Worst.
John
Yeah.
Custer. You
yeah.
remember that?
He wasn't worse than Curry though. Curry was garbage. Michael Curry was horrible.
All right, fellas, man, we've been on for over 2 hours, man. Let's go ahead and transition to final thoughts. Let's go ahead and finish watching this Houston Rockets versus the Lakers game because it's give credit to the Rockets, man. They're coming back, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you guys like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Shout out to our special guest, V, and Everything King for coming on. Thank you guys for coming on. V, the way we do final thoughts, man, it's just saying goodbye. So if you got anything to plug, give your final thoughts on the show. Now is the time, man.
It was fun getting on. I know I've talked to you a couple times about getting on. I was just busy, but it was pretty fun getting on, man. I really enjoyed it.
Absolutely, man. I think that you should get into YouTube. I don't know if you got your own YouTube channel or not, but man, you should really consider it, man.
Yeah, I really want to because I get in these debates on Piston Talk and Everything Pistons page on Instagram, and I be debating with a bunch of kids, and I just I think I'd rather be on YouTube. And,
It is not a whole lot better over here. Trust us.
Yeah, and Instagram, man, it's these Piston fans that came in 2015 and They think they know everything. So, you know,
I
I
was
it's
saying.
way better.
Man, imagine it come from my view, man. I'm always debating with kids that don't know what they're talking about, bro.
They think, you know, I ain't gonna go to Andre Drummond talk, but I'm not a big fan of him. But
Well, no, what they think about Drummond? We got time.
they just think he's the GOAT. They think he's the greatest Piston ever. They think he was the GOAT every time. Like when we drafted Stanley, they thought Stanley. They didn't want. They thought Stanley was gonna be the next Jimmy, and you know, I don't know. I'm just not big on.
Andre is a really good player, though.
He was, but
his
in
team
my
was just
opinion,
trash.
I'm not big on drafting raw talent in the top 10. I'm just not. I don't like. Stanley was a raw talent, and Andre was a raw talent. And I feel like, well, Andre was kind of, he fell to us, so we had to take him. But Sekou was a raw talent. Sekou could be good, but you know, or he pretty solid now. But I'm just not too big on drafting raw talent, man. I rather just go with a shortcut.
Yeah, if you don't draft raw talent and develop them, you don't end up with a Giannis or a Nikola Jokic.
Yeah,
that's how you develop. That's how you get. That's how you get these players.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler was a raw talent. Russell Westbrook was a raw talent.
My point. I'm just saying that I'm not doing it in the top 10. That's all. I do it, you know, if I got later picks. But top 10 is kind of like, you know, we gotta take that guy. Like I'm not taking Andre we had to, but I'm not taking like Stanley. We did not need to take Stanley. It was too raw.
Yeah, same with Okoro. He's also raw, right?
Yeah, and I'm in this draft. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
In this draft, I'd rather take a point guard than taking a raw talent, man. They say he could be this and that, but you know, I hate to draft him and it be Stanley Johnson and then Cole Anthony be a beast or something. That'd be heartbreaking. Or even if they don't take Killian, he mess around and be D'Lo all over again. I can't do that. It set us back. We don't really have time for another project player, in my opinion.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Bravo, man. Thanks for coming on for the show again, man. I know you've been busy at work and stuff. What do you got for the people for final thoughts?
It's a good show. Nice to have V and King in here. Good show, mixing the people in here all the time. And hopefully we'll come up with a few more things to talk about, like maybe NBA big board for the Detroit Pistons in the next few shows maybe. And one of the things that happened really, unfortunately, they're going to delay the whole NBA draft for another couple of months. So we'll have to wait more. It'll give us more time to November. Yeah, but I really like enjoying the playoffs so far. You know, it looks good, and I really see the good matchup. Game 7, Toronto Raptors and Bucks, and forgot about the team. Boston Celtics was a great team, great game. Let's hope that the next final games is going to be really good. And let's go Pistons. Hopefully we'll draft a nice player too.
Pistons talk, man. Your followers, I don't need their help to drink. I can do that all on my own, but do you, bro. CA3, man, what do you got for the people for final thoughts?
You know, it was nice being on here today, you know, talking some basketball. V, it was nice having you on as well. You know, it was just a good show, you know, and I enjoyed every moment of it. And I can't wait to be here next week.
Absolutely. We will be live on this next man's channel next week, so make sure you go subscribe to him if you're not already. J-Mo, Mr. Free Smoke Saturday himself, what do you got for the people for final thoughts?
Yeah, man, this is why I love doing basketball shows, because you're not always right and sometimes you're wrong. So we come here every week during the playoffs. It's going to be fun. I love all the people that came into the chat. Shout out to everybody that liked the video, disliked the video. Just thank you for stopping by and giving us a view. And I do think the Lakers going to win the chip. I'm very confident in that right now. So we'll see what happens next series. But I will say, as always, no Luke Kennard slander will be tolerated. No Sekou Doumbouya slander will be tolerated. No Lonzo Ball slander will be tolerated. And bravo, no Russell Westbrook slander will be tolerated that boy is out here balling and James Harden playing like a scrub. But that's all, y'all. It's Free Smoke Saturday, man. What's good?
Well, don't worry. I think we've seen the last of the Westbrook slander because they'll be going home.
He gonna get slandered tonight. Westbrook dropped 45 points and got slandered for losing. Like,
that wasn't me.
Like, come on, bro.
Anyway, peace, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to all the DSA members as we will be live pretty much all day tomorrow for your Lions coverage. So if you're ready for the NFL season, if you're sick of having no Detroit sports, I guess sports in Detroit you're looking forward to because the Tigers let us down and the Red Wings, they got hosed over in the draft as well. So make sure you stay tuned for all that stuff tomorrow. Make sure you like the video. Check out the description. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And I think this is the first above the rim we have not talked about Sekou Doumbouya as a topic. So there is a first for that as well. So you can't say we aren't progressing. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to JMO CA3. Go check out V on Instagram. Bravo. I don't know what to plug for you, man.
Just Bravo Mo 1982. You can always watch me by following JMO and Drew.
There you go. That will be your solution. So we will see you guys here next week on JMO's panel. And that's the bottom line because Double D said so. Peace.